most mysterious
console reveal of all time.
Very mysterious. Definitely haven't shown the entire thing already.
Nobody knows anything about it, and I gotta tell you, I've never been so excited for a hardware reveal in my life because
never ever.
Because we both play our Nintendo Switches so much.
Oh my gosh.
And in a post Steam Deck world, we cannot wait to see what Nintendo is cooking. Wow, he gave up immediately. He couldn't even fake.
I couldn't keep the energy going.
He couldn't even fake enthusiasm. That was ridiculous. Try to use the mug over there, or rather the coaster over there.
Huh? Yeah, I will.
It'll be a little easier. Mine's hiding way over there in shame, far away from my computer.
Got you. The lightning fast VCR repair logo is too small because that's the logo I want to show.
Ruby Knights asks, do you want to start off the stream by talking about the digital cartridge thing that Nintendo Switch is going to doing?
Oh no.
I mean,
they're just getting rid of physical copies?
No. They did the same thing they always do, which is they announced a normal feature, and they gussied it up with some stupid Nintendo
but of course.
TM, which is the digital game cart system.
Okay.
The digital game cart system, Joshua, because I don't even use your Nintendo Switch in a little while.
I haven't used it almost at all.
I have been traveling a lot for work, so I've used my Nintendo Switch quite a bit. If you want to download...
I see the video for it with...
Virtual game cart?
How many views? 500,000 views, and people have to know about the digital cartridge.
It premiered during...
Well, yes, but the video itself has more than 500,000 views, which means people went and watched just the digital cartridge section of it.
Because people were saying, what?
Yeah, I mean...
What? So, basically, I'm not even gonna play the audio. But basically... And again, it's a really simple thing that they could have explained very fast, but they don't. They're like, with game carts, you can take a cartridge out of one Nintendo Switch and put it on another Nintendo Switch. But what about downloading games? There's no good way, there's no good solution for this. Well, now there is. Introducing the virtual game card, you stupid asshole.
So it's just cloud saves?
No. Cloud saves they already had if you had a Nintendo account. No, Joshua, this is to play a game you've digitally purchased on a different game. So first things first.
Ninja Bunny, EU4 already has a Muso mode. It's called Mountain Blade Bannerlord.
So first things first, Joshua. It's important to note, because this is something you might not know if you don't own a million games on your Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
So if you had a game on your Nintendo Switch that was digital and you
Holy
deleted
crap,
it...
Cloud Strife is here.
And you deleted it to make space, right? Mm-hmm. It would still technically remain on your dock.
Okay.
So you could re-download it by clicking on it, right? However, at a certain point, if you've cycled through enough games, they will not be on your dock anymore. And if you want to go find that game and re-download it, you have to go into your purchases on the Nintendo Switch eShop and hit re-download, which is a little bit tedious. Now, Joshua, there's a convenient little node at the bottom of your Nintendo Switch that lets you select any game you digitally own, the virtual game cards, and you can download them without going into the Nintendo eShop.
Okay, that's something.
It's gussied up a little bit. Also, the Nintendo eShop...
Yeah, just a quick access feature.
The Nintendo eShop still doesn't have a shopping cart, but, we've got this at least. What? Joshua, what if you want to put it on a second?
No, shush.
I know, it's Unchanging Ever Changing.
We have to not talk for 4 minutes while we listen to Unchanging Ever Changing.
What if you want to play it on another system? Well, now you can send a virtual game card to a second Nintendo Switch as long as you're on the same Wi-Fi network. Now, this is about two things.
Yeah.
Number one, some people own multiple Nintendo Switches.
Yeah.
Because this has become a collector's item. This is something Nintendo actually acknowledged in an earnings report a little while ago, where they were like, people buy multiple SKUs of the Nintendo Switch for themselves.
Yeah.
And households and families have as many as there are children, and maybe even as many as there are parents and children. Okay? So, but what if your little brother wants to play a game on the older brother? Like, the older brother has it on his system, but it's digital only. Well, Joshua, never fear. If you have a Nintendo family account...
Oh, that's my alarm.
Yeah, I hear your alarm.
It's definitely Uncharted for me.
Joshua, if you have a Nintendo family account, which I'm pretty sure didn't exist a year and a half ago because I remember trying to help a friend figure this out for their kids.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about
I'm
this.
pretty sure a Nintendo Family account did not exist a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it did not.
But now you can transfer games between Nintendo Family accounts. If you loan...
Cloud Strife says, I'm just here for a new Zelda game or Sakurai beating himself to death.
If you loan that game cartridge to a family member in your friend group, which can have up to 8 Nintendo accounts, so when Mario Wonder went to that Switch Lite, it stops existing on the Switch where it existed previously, because you might steal it, you asshole. So you're loaning it.
So they didn't just copy Steam, they somehow made it way, way worse.
So, I mean, this is still better than what they had before, which was nothing. But yeah, like PlayStation is easier to use on this front. I assume Xbox is easier to use on this front.
And Steam, obviously, you can link with any one other account at any given time, and you can change which one's linked.
And here, you can loan to even more people. However, the other system only has it for 14 days before it returns to your system.
Ninja Bunny, you're never gonna get that Fire Emblem 4 remake trailer. You're probably right. However, you're probably going to get a Path of Radiance remake. I'm confident that's going to happen on Switch too, because no one played those on no one played the one on GameCube, and that's like the best one of the. That's the best one pre-Awakening, but post like actually them releasing them in the West. So. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. Not a ton I can do about my gain, Dean, because we only have one microphone here.
Yeah.
I'll simply move it forward a little bit, and I'll be sure to sit back a little bit more. 1 second, gang. Then it won't be as much of a problem.
Story of my life. I need more gains.
But Joshua.
Yeah, what's up?
Before I literally have some stuff written down because I was texting with Joey about this yesterday. This is an hour long. This is an hour long.
Oh my gosh.
What do you expect to see today? What are your gamer predictions for this Direct?
It's not going to be another Animal Crossing yet. It's too fast. It's not going to be another Zelda yet. It's too fast. So I have to assume a 3D Mario. That has to be the selling point first year. It's the only thing big enough. Metroid Prime 4 is not going to be the killer app, as much as it could be a killer app.
I don't think it's even. I don't think it's a Switch 2 exclusive, because they showed it during the Switch presentation a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that one's gonna be cross-plat. You're right. So with that in mind, I have to assume at least one other tentpole game. Fire Emblem game makes the most sense. I don't actually think this will be the Path of Radiance remake. I think this will be a new one, because Engage came out in 2021.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, it's probably another one. And it won't. It'll be one that's. I feel like they the Fire Emblem team has gotten into a groove of kind of doing the more, as weird as it sounds, the more grounded one, and then the kind of off the wall, we're gonna try new stuff one. So you had I'm not saying Three Houses and Awakening had no crazy ideas, but those two are kind of more grounded. And then you have Engage and Fates, which are trying some new things. So I'm guessing a new Fire Emblem. That just makes too much sense, and they sell well. Beyond that, Mario Kart we've already seen, which will be the other key killer app.
Yes.
And then that's a pretty good launch year. If you have that, Metroid, and then 2 Mario games, you're in really good shape. I don't really have anything super off the wall just because I haven't thought about it too much. You're going to have a new Pokemon, obviously.
Well, they're not going to reveal a new one because AZ
that's what I mean, though. I'm saying that will be on the system, and it will suck.
Oh, okay. You're not okay, but I don't want to see a new Nintendo game today. They're pushing it. They're going to be pushing.
Johnny Games raises a good point. Probably a new Kirby game. I didn't think about Kirby. I never think about Kirby. I feel bad for saying that, but I've just never really played.
Now, your predictions are not bad, but there is a problem with them, which is you aren't maximizing shareholder value enough. So I've lent this some thought.
Okay.
Here's what I think will show up. I'm not necessarily saying that all of these will show up.
I have not put any thought into this, by the way.
But I feel that most of these will show up. A new 3D Mario makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
We'll show a new 3D Mario.
Yeah.
Coming out this year. Probably a launch title, but if not Christmas.
I think that's going to be the launch title. That just makes too much sense to me.
No, the launch title, Joshua.
That was Mario Kart, yeah.
The launch title is Mario Kart 9, which is a bold move because that will be the best-selling game of the system's lifespan.
Yeah,
and it
of
will
course.
come out on day one.
Yeah.
This is a bold maneuver.
Oh, wait. What am I thinking? New Donkey Kong game. No.
You're just rolling off of Bosman's prediction.
No, not just off of Bosman's predictions, but the fact that, no, they're opening a freaking theme park land in his honor.
It's
they're
also
going to do
it's
something.
also very funny that
Sorry, I've blown out the mic a couple of times.
I turned it way up.
Yeah.
Because people are saying it's too quiet.
I think it's a little too loud.
One
yeah.
of the funniest things about the last month of Nintendo marketing is that the Donkey Kong Country Returns marketing campaign with influencers and little pithy funny posts about Donkey Kong has continued to march on despite the surrounding circumstances.
Prime 4 is not the killer app because of the mouse. The killer app because of the mouse is EU5 when it releases later this year. I'm calling it now. It's going to be a Switch exclusive.
We'll already have Steam Decks, Joshua.
That was a joke. That was a joke. However, it would be really cool if they just went all in and they released every Paradox game and every Total War and stuff like that on this system. It makes too much sense.
It makes too much sense.
It does.
It makes too much sense.
You know it does. It makes way too much sense.
It makes too much sense. So, Mario Kart coming out day one is a license to print money. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Sheila Flower, I don't want to hear it. I've had to organize at least monthly sessions of Baldur's Gate 3 and other games with some of my friends who live overseas in similar time zones to you. I have done 8 a.m. sessions of Baldur's Gate 3 because I care about my friends. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about how this is so hard.
Well, no, it's not hard for Shayla.
Well,
Shayla was making fun of other people saying it was hard.
I know, but she was saying feel my pain for the last few years, and I'm saying, nah, make it work. Make it work.
So, releasing Mario Kart day one, big deal. Because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been in the top 10 best-selling games of basically not just any year, of any given month since it came out in 2017, or whenever that was.
Yeah.
That is absurd. The only other game with legs like that is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
It's nonsense. And Grand Theft Auto 5 is consistently on sale for $15. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
It's still 60.
is not.
Yeah.
So
it's 50 on occasion.
So they will be heavily featuring Mario Kart 9 in this presentation or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Because it is a promise that this thing will print money for as long as it exists. Okay? But we do need a little more than that.
Yeah.
It's too soon for another Big Dog Zelda game.
Yeah.
There will, however, be a small teaser for a Big Dog Zelda game.
Yeah, that's what they always do at the console launch announce.
There will also be, I feel fairly confident about this because even if it's not featured prominently, it was literally in the reveal trailer for the Nintendo Switch 1. We will see Splatoon 4 probably in a segment talking about...
Yeah, I didn't think about Splatoon.
Probably in a segment talking about, or adjacent to a segment talking about changes to Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah.
But we will see Splatoon 4. I also feel...
JG, that is so optimistic. You get any Kingdom Hearts news this year?
Well, okay, this year, yes. Today,
no.
I will loop back to that in a second, actually.
I'm going to grab coffee. Keep going.
We will see a new Fire Emblem. Because there's been a bizarrely long gap, I feel actually, since Engage. Because I feel Engage happened about 30 seconds after Three Houses.
Yes. It was 2019 or 2020. It was early.
Now, Joshua, a minute ago you said hasn't been long enough, and somebody else said it's been 5 years since the last Animal Crossing. Now, I think Nintendo spends a long time on these things. I think that Animal Crossing was in full support for the existing game mode for a year after it came out. So we're going to say realistically it's only been 4 years. And I think that that after the ludicrous success of New Horizons, they will be putting even more time in the next one. It will be even bigger, and they will have a better plan for a long-term roadmap for it. So it will take longer to come out. However, we will see Tom Nook, and we will see...
We'll see him in Smash, baby.
We'll see Tom Nook just talking to or Isabelle just talking to the camera saying hello.
Yeah,
but we won't see the larger game, and we'll see a year I feel like winter 2025 is not unreasonable, but it will certainly be no later than 2026. Because, Joshua, license to print money, maximize shareholder value. And then the last thing I had in the text
a teaser makes sense. In terms of timelines, a teaser makes sense. The reason I said too long was because, I mean, people probably don't remember because, I mean, I feel like so many people only got into this series, in 2020. But, I mean, New Leaf was, 2013? So 7 years between games?
Also, they have Tamagotchi Life coming out. They announced a new Tamagotchi Life game for the first time in 10 years. That's coming out this year.
That's not the only type. That's not the only game they work on. They work on other stuff in between Animal Crossings. Even the one on Wii, City Folk, was 2009. Then Wild World was 2005.
They won't program Animal Crossing and Tamagotchi Life against each other. So, with Tamagotchi Life, did that have a 2026 release date? Now that I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to remember. It doesn't matter.
JG
they won't come out
genuinely believes a 9 remake is incoming. I think you're probably somewhat right. I just don't think it's going to...
They've been teasing again.
Chrono
stuff
Trigger
coming up for the 25th
I've heard Chrono Trigger.
Well, that's also they've been teasing Chrono Trigger.
And if you're gonna show one at the Nintendo event, it would be Chrono Trigger.
I don't know how much third-party anything we're gonna see during this because I don't think that they need to really assure people, don't worry, gang, we've got third-party support. I think this is probably going to be a ludicrously strong first-party showing. I'm not sure how much we will see from third parties today. And I could be wrong about that. However, with Square being on a general, okay, clearly, they've said it, but it hasn't happened yet, we're pivoting away from PlayStation exclusivity, it would be a very strong statement about the power of the Nintendo Switch 2 if Final Fantasy VII Remake showed up during this presentation. Don't know about Rebirth, but again, a strong statement about the power of the system, strong statement about third-party support.
Yeah.
That would be an impressive thing to see today. The more likely thing, like you said,
I think
we
a Chrono Trigger teaser.
saw Dragon Quest 1 and 2 2D HD at the Direct a couple of days ago.
I think we see 3.
3 was first, actually. They released 3 first, and then they did 1
Oh,
plus 2.
You're right. Yeah, my bad.
But no, if we were to see if there was going to be a big Square reveal today, it will not be Kingdom Hearts 4. It will be a 9 remake, or it will be the Chrono Trigger, whatever it is. I don't know if it's going to be a remake, but whatever it is that's Chrono Trigger, they're teasing.
It makes way more sense to show that on Switch to me than it does to show 9, just because... poetic, I guess.
I personally have no confidence that they will announce... No, you're correct, JG. It would fry the Switch 2, but they've squeezed Doom 2016 onto the Switch 1. It didn't run good, but it was there.
Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom fried the Switch 1. It's something that is a sacrifice that Nintendo is willing to make.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth running terribly on the Nintendo Switch 2 would sell pretty well.
It would.
And Remake will probably, again, just a demonstration of look how powerful our system is. Could be a good thing to show off. However, I think if there's anything actually interesting on the horizon for Chrono Trigger this year, they wouldn't have told us. Because they didn't be like, it's Tweewee's anniversary, look forward to new information ahead of Neo. They just dropped the 7th vague Tweewee-related teaser in as many years, and then this time it turned out to be real. They wouldn't. The Chrono Trigger fans, look forward to exciting Chrono Trigger. It's going to be like a calendar, gang.
That would be really funny.
It's going to be like, here is a deep fake of Akira Toriyama talking about how much he loved working on Chrono Trigger.
Oh, no.
So I wouldn't...
I need to move away from this mic. It's very hot.
So I wouldn't get your hopes up about that. I don't think we're going to see too much by way of third-party stuff today, because I don't think they'll, I think they're going to be focused on their own stuff, but it is an hour long, so I don't know. And there won't be...
there's a countdown.
And there won't be deep dives today, or there won't be too many, because they have Treehouse streams scheduled for tomorrow and the day after.
Oh, okay, so yeah, they're going to show a lot.
They're going to show a lot, but I don't know how much of it's going to be third-party. What I would guess is we're going to see a montage...
Of indie games?
No. We're going to see a montage of third-party games that are old, but which we understand could not run on the Switch. We're going to see Jedi Fallen Order in a montage, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
We're going to see stuff like that, I think. I don't think there's going to be brand new reveals of new third-party games.
That's fair. Okay. Start the game.
Oh.
Yep. What are you doing?
I hit the pause play button, which is just a shortcut on my keyboard.
Well,
but it was associated
now our Pogger reactions will be a couple of seconds late.
Our Pogger reactions are already going to be a couple of seconds late.
How could you have done such a thing to us, Jacob?
Oh, they're still using this music. They're still using this fart music.
Oh, it's PlayStation logos. This can't be the actual music cue they're using for this.
This is basically what they use for the console, like the hardware reveal, dude.
Okay, I was too busy to watch that.
This is the style of music that they used previously.
Oh, it's Lego.
Well, that's a different visual style because it's a new era. Alright, yep. We'll just go ahead and start off with the thing we already
Gotta
showed,
have Yoshi.
Gotta have
in
Yoshi
the
in the game. So what's gonna be the stupid gimmick that explains why we have this really long track? Is it gonna be an open world game? Gonna be an open zone type game?
Yeah, look, it's open zone.
No, not necessarily. There's still like a limited track there.
Well, yeah, no, but it's gonna be like you have like a small little hub world that you can drive around. Oh, boats and snowmobiles.
Sonic Transformed Racing?
Yeah.
I was looking away for a second. Okay, I see multiple tracks, but not necessarily nothing that says open zone to me just
Not yet.
It's got a very it's doing kind of the tour thing, where it's
Yeah.
got like kind of real world inspired locations all around the planet. instead of Mushroom
I
Kingdom
do
stuff.
really like the visual style of this new one, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sick
Ooh,
of
a
the
haunted
style
movie
by
reel.
any. Oh, rail grinding! It is Sonic.
That was that track from I recognize the track from 3DS.
Oh my gosh,
God.
Moo Moo's in the game.
Yes, okay, this is a
Okay,
good
this is a good game. Oh, a hammer bro that has a unique hammer bro.
Well,
ability.
I wouldn't say he has.
Yeah, it's just a power
don't
up.
predict he
It's
has a
just-
unique yet.
It's just Borger.
They could be bringing back unique powers for each character. We haven't had those since Double Dash.
Oh, so you can change outfits on your characters.
Alrighty. Because people were pointing out that Peach did not have a bike suit on, even though she was on a bike in the previous
Which makes
trailer.
no sense because in the movies she had that, so why would you get rid of that?
Mm-hmm.
Hello everyone, I'm Koichi Kawamoto, and I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo Direct. Hello everyone, I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Today's Nintendo Direct.
Nintendo Switch to Nintendo Switch 2.
And I'm Tetsuya, the hardware designer of Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2.
What you just
Oh,
saw
I figured it out.
is Art World, launching exclusively
No, I
on
didn't.
Nintendo Switch 2. Now, what do you think?
You have it open in 2 tabs, don't you?
I'm trying to figure that out. I did not open it in 2 tabs.
I will keep reacting while you do technical stuff.
It is not open in 2 tabs.
What is happening then?
Welcome to this vast world. Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
Hold on.
Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
It is not open in 2 tabs.
Is it open in 2 windows?
It's not open in 2 windows.
Mario Kart game. You can go off the racetrack and
You know what it is?
What?
It was this same tab was playing the home page of the Nintendo YouTube channel for
you're
no
right.
reason. For no reason.
You're absolutely right. That's what happened.
but don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course.
That was awesome.
Competition. With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series history, the competition is gearing up.
Alright, whatever.
Introducing
Who gives a shit?
Knockout
Here. We can do whatever we want. We can back it up.
No, it's fine.
I missed what they were
Oh
talking
my
about.
god, no, it was fine.
I missed what they were talking about.
Oh my gosh.
I missed what these stylish young men were talking about.
These stylish boys making the games these days. I can't believe they're letting people so young make my games.
There's wall running.
Nintendo Switch 2 system.
They're still doing this.
Of course they're still doing it.
Kart races are held throughout various
See, I told you it was worth backing it up.
globe.
I was watching it.
But yeah, we didn't hear that, did we?
Time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
Okay.
Yeah.
So different vibes for the tracks.
Yeah, and day-night cycle. That's
It's
It's
a rolling star.
Shut up.
The racetrack and drive virtually everywhere.
Yeah.
Virtually everywhere. You see
Yeah.
that mountain?
Yeah.
You can drive it.
That is, I like the idea that the cups are like,
on a world map, sure,
no,
yeah.
but they're regional.
Yeah.
Like if you look,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
see that.
That's actually a cool detail.
You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition. With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series history, the competition is gearing up.
Rolling start.
Or is this elimination?
Probably.
Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another. There are multiple checkpoints along the way.
Yep, it's elimination. That's awesome. They actually made elimination a part of the game. I didn't think they'd do that because it would encourage bullying or something.
You make it all the way to the finish line?
Well, I was just thinking a rolling start, like, kind of lowers the skill barrier on, like, the QT, like, or shall we call it a QTE for when to start your car?
Around this vast world in free roam. By going on
Good.
road, you can explore new
This is cool.
areas and
I always wanted to do that anyway.
Oh my gosh, there are camels in Mario now.
Look at that rail grinding rail.
Yeah.
you can also go for scenic drives with friends.
Okay, but is there any reason to do this other than me wanting to go and look at all of the, like, the ads
There's
around
there's
the world?
probably going to be collectibles. Maybe.
There's a penguin.
Dino Jungle's in it.
I don't think that was actually...
Yes, that
That
was.
wasn't the layout.
No, it was.
A brand new race across the entire world starts here. Mario Kart World.
The Mario Kart World.
Available on the same day, because they're going to wait until the ending to show the release
No,
date.
they just did.
No, that's the direct.
That's the treehouse.
That's it. No, that's not even the treehouse. That's a separate direct.
For more information in the future.
All right, they'll reveal what the point of the world is when we get there.
World launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. We'll share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
What a tease. We can't say when it releases yet.
Next, we'd like to introduce some of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2.
Mouse.
These are the Joy-Con.
Why did I say that
These
so
are the
weird?
Joy-Con 2s.
It was because I wanted to say mouse, but then I started saying mice when he held up two of them, so I went
They're
mouse.
going to explain what the C button is, Joshua. The mysterious button.
Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
What does the C button do? This mysterious button that they literally were teasing on social media the other day.
Why?
Because it's a mystery, Joshua. It's a mystery new button. What does it do? Alone.
That's just like me, for real, for real.
Together.
Oh, it's a chat button. It's push to talk.
It's just push to talk.
It's just push to talk.
So I don't need an app anymore? But what about the Nintendo News
Yeah,
app?
it's a push to talk button.
You know what's really funny?
Introducing Game Chat.
Oh, they invented game chat at long last! They did it, Joshua. They did it. They invented game chat.
They're so smart.
At long last. After 25 years. After 25 years of online gaming. Finally, I can talk to my friends.
It's cool that
without dialing into the internet.
It's cool that it's built in, but I already know there's not going to be a headphone jack, so it's useless.
The microphone's on the system.
Oh no!
Or no, okay, no. It's saying how it was on the last one.
When it's noisy around you, your voice will still.
Oh no, it isn't. It is in fact on the Switch. It's on the system, but don't worry, we have really good...
we're really good with the background noise filter, so your audio is going to be as crusty as ever.
Recognized by a microphone built into the system.
Why would you show it like that? Why would you show it in the... Why would you show it like that?
And just like that, I heard the sound of every Nintendo player ever saying, "Yeah, I'm just gonna use Discord."
You chat with ease. can use this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends and family. If you open the chat menu and turn on game screen share,
Oh, that's gonna run great.
Oh, look!
I know. Look
Oh
how
my
good it's running.
gosh!
Look how good it's running in their official demonstration.
do it. You guys just did it. I want to do it too. Oh shoot!
This is an evolution
Oh,
of the gamer chat.
no.
Joey said, "I have no reason to watch this dumbass presentation," but Joey would love this.
Oh,
You can chat to your heart.
What a mysterious dojo. Those are all announced games. That's Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
no,
That's
I'm
New-
aware.
that's
I'm
New
aware.
Horizons.
I love that Lava is playing Balloon Fight. Good old Lava. 'Cause,
Balloon Fights.
I love that my Switch account. I love that it's Bowser is the guy in Lava.
Yeah, he's a big fan. Expand game screen.
Other friend's game screen.
Oh, that looks so good, dude. It's fine, because listen, small children, they should really have child actors in some of these presentations, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's always very hip, attractive 20-somethings. I feel like we need to see 12-year-olds enjoying these features in some of these
No,
presentations.
just the people who watch the directs are in the 20s and 30s.
No. Number one, children do in fact watch these, or else they would not be this way. Number two, parents who are buying stuff for their stupid children watch these.
You can pull up a chat menu.
I can't wait to accidentally hit this button while I'm in the middle of a boss fight and get myself killed because it opens a menu. Like, seriously, this sounds silly.
Ninja Bunny, I'm thinking the exact same thing. Why is this the second thing they showed off? Oh, the Nintendo Switch iToy! An extra $100.
It looks horrible.
Another $100. $100 to Nintendo.
You can appear on screen and video chat while playing a game. Your face is on here.
$100 to Nintendo.
Here's how it looks with just the camera feed.
Oh god.
Listen, it is.
Okay, this is a better feature than the freaking game
Oh,
share.
that's cute. That's the way the Wii
Yes.
U worked. That's the way the Wii U worked.
That's better. It's not worth $100.
Maybe it won't be $100. Maybe it'll be $150.
I'm starting to understand how this direct is going to be an hour long. I think my more conservative predictions are going to be correct.
No, I think my predictions. Dude,
Dude,
are still
when they
accurate.
show EU4 running on this thing and they show the game chat of people being like, I will murder every single person in your country.
Listen, they're getting this out of the way because number one, they know it's not as exciting as anything else they're going to show. Number two, they know that their fans were ravenous to learn what the mysterious C button was. I forgot to have a discussion. We should have debated what the C button was going to be. I was going to say it stood for cast, and it was going to be like a streaming button. So I was actually somewhat close.
I kind of assumed it was going to be it was just going to be another share function that was going to be
No,
more
because the
complicated.
share button is still on there.
Well, no, yes, but a more complicated version of it.
If you're all playing together in the same place.
Almost as if you're all together in one place, Joshua, but not quite.
Is the Nintendo Switch 2
Almost, but not quite.
Gosh, that looks so terrible.
on the same day as
I mean, that takes up less space than like a Kinect.
It does.
It's just
Who needs buttons when you have Kinect?
However, since we'd like
Though I will say the Kinect at least has a low profile, so it can fit
Hold on,
below a
hold on,
TV.
hold on.
people without a membership for a limited time.
Okay, I want to catch these details.
So you're allowed to use it openly for the next month and a half, but then after that, you have to pay for it.
Settings can be
No
used.
subtitles.
For example, whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use game chat to play with their friends.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Bowser
they
doesn't
talk
want
about kids
Bowser
in
Jr.
this.
to hear 10-year-olds swearing on COD.
He doesn't want to
He
hear him.
wants to keep him
He
pure.
doesn't know about the slurs that King Boo uses.
But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game.
Okay, I have to.
Game share. As shown here, even games that were
They just 3 days ago said if you want to let somebody in your household use a virtual game cart, it leaves your system. To then turn around and say, but don't worry, We have gifted you the feature on Nintendo Switch 2 for multiplayer games.
Controller to a friend and play together. But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game.
We have given you download play again.
Yeah, but which games are gonna have that? We're just gonna show that one crappy mini game suite that no one's ever played.
Local multiplayer games. First party local multiplayer games.
Who also have Nintendo Switch 2 or a Nintendo Switch system.
Oh!
Game with up to 3
I can play
Oh!
Uno.
You can do it with a Nintendo Switch system too. We just lied!
online play with other Switch 2 systems, and you can use it with friends via game chat.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Game share can only be used with compatible games.
With 5 games.
Feature is planned for
How would you game share with Mario Odyssey?
So one guy can be Cappy. So you can get the volleyball star or moon easier. It's the only time I used it. I just plugged in a second controller when I was 100%ing the game.
Use your entire ass second Nintendo Switch to play as
LEW,
Cappy.
you missed the greatest game share Discord feature I've ever seen in my life that runs at 5 frames per second. And they showed how well it ran for like 3 minutes.
Okay. I think that it is remarkable
7.9 inches.
that was the best they felt comfortable showing it at.
Compares to Nintendo Switch.
Those were
Which
the
means it's gonna be worse.
ideal performance.
Whoa.
I have the oldest Xbox known to man.
Wow,
since
it's
station.
whoa, did you know that 1080p is a better resolution than 720, guys?
Smooth gameplay up to 120 FPS.
Okay, that's something.
120 frames per second.
Only available in compatible games.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I know.
The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas.
It's very funny, like whenever they show off HDR, because you have to have
It is
like, a very
magnetically.
specific.
Okay.
You know, they showed that in the previous demonstration
Controllers connect
Well, then why are they saying it again?
because they didn't have any dialogue.
attached to the system. Detach your controller easily.
I like that because the attach detach thing weakened over time. Mine was very weak, or is very weak now.
The Josh, the console reveal had no dialogue. It was just a montage.
No, I
so-
remember.
so I'm
I wasn't sure for sure if it was magnetic or not.
Okay.
That's the main other thing. is
Larger
this-
control
Good,
sticks.
because the old ones are terrible.
Now larger.
They're now larger.
Wow.
Mouse controls using Joy-Con 2.
Each Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse.
Over under on this being the worst mouse you've ever used.
Both the left and
Oh no, it's not going to be as bad as the one that was on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you got a point.
It's going to be slightly better, and that's going to be their bar.
sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes.
You already said that.
Why are we bringing this up again?
You can voice chat with
Because wow,
because
look,
this
it's
because
the
this will be
size of
uploaded
the-
because this will be uploaded as a separate video.
Gosh,
No, Josh, we're fools. We're fools. This is a good thing
why?
because there's going to be virtual console 3DS games with the microphone.
Oh, that's the reason it exists. You're absolutely right.
That's not the reason it exists.
You're right. You're right.
But we
You're
might get that.
absolutely right.
It's not the reason it exists, but we might get lucky. 3D audio.
Kill me.
Oh my god. I thought that Epona was gonna like appear.
No. We'd have to show a new Zelda game for that.
Nah, it's fine.
sturdy stand.
That's them admitting that the last stand sucked balls.
Yeah, no, that is true.
Oh, and 2 ports. Thank
Yes.
God.
Again, this was all shown in the previous demonstration. They just didn't have a guy saying it out loud.
I haven't watched that reveal trailer in like 5 months, so.
It was not that long ago, but I understand.
Camera,
I'm just saying.
or charging in tabletop mode.
Woohoo! I'm so excited.
I mean, the main thing is that you can actually charge it while it's
yes,
on a
yes,
stand.
absolutely.
56 gigabytes of internal.
Okay, that's decent.
8 times
That's decent. It's
Well,
I
no,
wasn't.
that's more than enough. It's more than enough.
I was hoping it would be half a terabyte, if I'm being honest. But but that would have been unrealistic. That's fine.
I assume that these games are still going to be really small.
dock to
Xenoblade Chronicles X is like 11 gigs.
4K resolution.
Wait, actually?
It's smaller than it was on Wii U.
That's hilarious.
Also supports
That's freaking awesome. Can we pass a law in the United States that's like you have to optimize your game size?
Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a built-in
I think that'd be a little hard to enforce.
Nah.
This helps keep performance stable.
Oh, there's a fan in the dock.
Okay, that's really interesting.
I mean,
That's cool. I was wondering why the dock was so much bigger.
plays compatible Nintendo Switch games.
You can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible
Nintendo Switch
Nintendo
1
Switch
games.
Compatible Nintendo. What does that mean?
games are supported.
They have to say
No
that.
HD
They have to
Rumble.
say they have to no, they just have to say it legally. It's the same thing as ever. There's always going to be one game somewhere made by a third party
That doesn't
with
work.
some bullshit problem that doesn't get patched. So
You're right,
they
you're
have to
right.
say compatible games.
Okay, gotcha.
It's just a legal thing.
As you just saw, Nintendo Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch.
What is it?
It's an
We
improvement.
redesigned the system from the ground up and packed in lots of new
No, you
Did
didn't.
you really?
No.
And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game. Mr. Kawamoto!
Ah!
Hello.
Why are you down there?
My current location is actually inside the game itself.
Why is he down there?
Oh no.
It's like Astrobot.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
You don't show this. That's a presentation thing.
I'm starting to understand what. We're 20 minutes in, by the way.
Join me inside the game.
Guys, let people find this
There
when
are
they
a lot
buy
of
it.
question mark icons here. Let's examine them.
What are magnets?
Magnets,
where-
how do they work?
Magnets.
I spoke too charitably. I was like, oh well, sure, this looks simple, but it's Nintendo, so it'll
No.
achieve an Astrobot-esque
No.
level of quality.
No.
No.
What have you not? Again, it is hilarious how in 2017, like I started by being like the most Nintendoist Nintendo fanboy you could possibly be around the time of Breath of the Wild and Odyssey. The last 8 years have turned me into like such a cynic on this damn company.
All sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch.
You gave them too much credit.
No. Nintendo. It's a high watermark of quality, Joshua. It should be more than just a mouse, or not just a mouse. What is it?
Oh, you can rotate. Okay.
That's okay.
That has no utility for anything except everyone loves golf, which you can do by pressing a
No.
button to rotate.
No PC game
No PC
has
game
mouse
has rotation.
Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system to tiny details you
You're right. No mouse has vibration because it would be detrimental to most actions that a mouse has to take.
as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
A fucking
paid.
paid digital game?
Oh my gosh!
Regarding Nintendo Switch,
What the fuck?
this is the
I
game.
told you this company is falling off a cliff. At least Mario Kart will be good.
Switch game cards. But it's now red, and it has much faster data reading.
It is now red. There is a large ape.
Additional storage. Switch 2 will only
What the fuck?
They're a different type of SD card and will make high-speed data transfers possible.
Oh, like SSD.
Please note,
I love that they're showing a micro SD card that's 256 gigs. Because we don't want to show that our storage isn't great.
from Switch to Switch 2.
I have 256 gigs now. That's fine. It's fine.
to use
I know it is. I'm just being an asshole.
With this feature, you can transfer save
JG says this has been a disaster. No, we at least get a new Mario Kart before Nintendo goes bankrupt. This is fine.
It has
Just show put Mario.
It has
in
the C button.
It has the C button.
It has the C button. We included that as a little treat for you. As a little treat.
How bad will the stick drift on this one be? Will
will-
it be unusable
It
after
doesn't-
80 hours of play?
Joshua, a court said it doesn't exist.
today's presentation.
A court said it doesn't exist.
Switch 2 website
God, the stick drift on the Pro
fine.
controller is just as bad.
It doesn't exist.
I used my
doesn't exist.
I used my Switch Pro controller for like most PC and emulated games, and or not. I wasn't emulating anything actually. That was a lie, Nintendo. Don't kill me.
The courts say it doesn't exist.
It started getting really bad stick drift like within 4 years of me buying
June
it.
5th. Wow, they didn't put the release date at the end of the show for some reason.
Why did they put it in the middle? Why not just show it with Mario Kart?
Because the show's over. The next 30 minutes are just going to be Miyamoto hitting the gritty.
Broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games.
I thought you were playing 3 games. You can play 3 games.
Yeah, I get it, and then it's gonna be emulated games on your shitty emulator that doesn't work.
Hold on. How the fuck? Because he's trying to explain it. Instead of just saying Nintendo Switch 2 games.
Nintendo Switch
What does he say?
These games take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2.
Oh, yes.
The
Hi,
Switch
hi.
is compatible games.
Hi. When are we doing a full Ghost Stories like watch on the channel?
Some games that
That would be better than this.
will receive upgraded versions that offer things
We did certainly get demonetized.
play on Switch 2 and more. Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Why not
I told you. I told
Breath
you.
of the Wild?
I told you.
Why not show a... Okay.
Yeah, no, it's so
Okay.
they could show the webcams, obviously. Even though we already showed
hold
that.
on. Okay, so they're showing this off because this is getting a substantial patch of new stuff.
Because, yeah, mouse games.
This isn't... Okay, hold on. No.
Audio recognition.
This is a lie. Because this is not... Oh, there's a new edition of the game. That's an expansion pack.
Yeah.
That will be available on Switch 2. They're gonna say this is paid. They're
course it
gonna
is.
say this is $15.
Of course it is.
I'm sorry, that's what it would be on any other console. It's gonna be $30.
First up is Mario Party mode. With a single
This is gonna be $30.
Up to 4 players can join the
So Nintendo Switch 2 edition. We all assumed that just meant, oh, it's Breath of the Wild, but it runs at 60 frames per second.
in real time.
But they're gonna pretend that it's this for like 5 games, and then they're gonna give up.
Up next, it's Bowser Live, a mode where the livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you.
Oh
on
no.
stage, too.
This requires the webcam.
Yeah, I know, I can see that. Of course it does. This isn't. Is there? No, of course they're gonna do iToy games, Joshua. They're not gonna not do iToy games.
Heat and other mini games using full body movement and sound.
Oh, this is dystopic.
Ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster with the safety bar lowered.
I really want this mouse to just be the biggest piece of shit. It would really make the EU4 sessions hurt more. I can't have fun on this system.
Well, look at that clean mouse movement.
That is so clearly AI. Like, oh, it's Astrobot.
2 players each control an arm, and one where you shake a can of spray.
Arm. I'm just imagining. What's that one? It's the one episode of Jimmy
Listen.
Neutron where there's the disembodied arm chasing them, and at one point Carl just goes, arm!
What about listen? There's a built-in microphone, and this mouse means you might be able to play
What?
it. Listen, you
Why
might,
aren't they showing how good the mouse
You might
is?
be able to play Elite Beat
Dude,
Agents on this thing,
dude,
okay? So it's all gonna be
No,
worth
no.
it.
Here's the thing. It's not even a launch title.
Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
$30 game. $30 game. You don't already own the game? $90 game. $90 for iToy game.
Complete.
No. This is the Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Switch 2
It's gonna be around at 60 and nothing else. Let's find out.
and The
Let's find
Legend
out.
of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
What else have they put in?
featuring
Enhanced resolution and frame
resolution
rates.
and frame rates,
How we do that?
also supports
Shut up.
which makes the image more vibrant
How to do that?
and has smoother, higher definition graphics.
Something.
Oh my god.
Something about the movement. in
Zelda
that-
notes.
The movement in that game looks way worse when it's at a higher frame rate. It's like Ocarina.
Zelda notes. Zelda notes.
This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles.
What were y'all thinking? This is dystopic. By the way, guys, because I missed this initially, this is important. So they announced the brand new Nintendo News app, right?
I'm so glad that I'm wearing my Ganondorf shirt because I am going Joker mode.
Listen, gang, we gotta stop for a second because there's something you don't know, and I bet
I am
most of
going.
you don't know.
I'm the Joker baby.
I'm willing to bet even you guys who pay attention to gaming news, and some of you who
my
even
gosh.
watched the direct from a couple days ago, don't know this because it was quickly mentioned. So Miyamoto came on screen at the ending of the last direct for the One More Thing, and the One More Thing was we have a new Nintendo News app, an app you can go to get Nintendo News.
The Google
right?
Hyrule map.
And they immediately
We predict that based on current Hyrule traffic patterns, it will take you approximately 20 minutes with rush hour traffic to reach Gerudo Town.
So Miyamoto comes on and says our special One More Thing today is the Nintendo News app, an app where you can get Nintendo news like Google, and they had to immediately try and sell us on the value of the app. So they had an exclusive news item on the app that was then immediately on IGN and Kotaku and Verge and
you told me
Polygon
about this.
because that's how news works. Which was they announced the release date for the Zelda movie, which is in 2027, with no accompanying information.
Yay.
But they needed to have a news item on the app day
I can't
one.
wait for my Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox Zelda movie.
They needed to have a news item on the app day one to justify its existence. But there was a funny little asterisk that you may have missed when Mr. Miyamoto was enthusiastically shilling their new app, which was you have to have a Nintendo Online ID to use the Nintendo News app. You have to have an account, and you have to be signed up for them to shill to you.
You have to buy a subscription before we will send you Nintendo Pravda.
I don't think you have to have a subscription. You just have to have an account.
Okay, that's still funny.
It's still, yeah.
You have to be a member of the People's Republic of Nintendo.
You don't need to have a... It's a news app.
To get the Nintendo Times.
You want as much buy-in from as many people as possible. You don't want a dumbass kid who goes, Nintendo, on his iPad to click it and not be able to open it. I don't know how to... Why can't I... What? You just want them to open it and get the fucking news!
No.
You just want to increase fucking purchase intent!
No. It's like Nintendo Power. Remember we were able to charge for that and kids bought it.
Let's continue.
Guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
They actually have voice guidance. Oh my god! Oh!
No, I thought you saw that on screen and that was why you were joking. I thought that was why you saw that on screen and that was why you were saying that. And it can guide you to Koroks that you haven't found yet. So it's a little strategy guide for you. Joshua, if you can't find a Korok, if you can't find some Koroks, don't Google it. Don't Google it. Do not Google where those... Listen to me. Don't Google where those Koroks are. Pay $30 for the Nintendo Switch 2 edition and pull up your Nintendo Switch News app so you can find where those Korok seeds are.
Oh my god.
It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles.
There's a daily bonus. What are
I
all
have
these
to get
fucking
my
buttons?
dailies and
What are all
Breath
these
of the
fucking
Wild.
buttons? Voice memories. Is that just like
You can
audio?
listen- you can
I
listen
assume
to
it's
the
just
memories
audio recordings
of the memories, not even the video. We can't even import the videos in 480p format. onto
global
this app.
play data, photo studio, item sharing, auto build sharing. So
Okay,
you can
auto
send
build
auto
sharing is
builds to
kind
your
of cool.
friends.
That's kind of
fine.
cool.
Amiibo on your phone, I guess. What do the Amiibo do for you on your phone? And daily bonus. You can get your dailies in Tears of the
The
Kingdom.
fact that
Joshua.
we have created Hyrule Google Maps is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my
I'm
life.
gonna lose my mind.
Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating.
Syrian.
Proceed north.
Head north for 15 in-game Hyrule units.
Cool. You can share your creations using QR codes and send them to another player to create.
That's fine.
That's cool. That's the only cool feature of this.
For $15 you can do this. Excuse me, $30 you can do this, Joshua.
Shut up.
For $30 you can download Metal Gear Rex.
We hope these features will make your adventures even more enjoyable.
We hope. We don't know
hope.
for sure. We're just
oh
optimistic.
God, I hope. Oh, okay.
Plus Star-Crossed World.
So we're not getting a new Kirby game.
You'll be able to enjoy an additional story.
An additional story.
To the Nintendo Switch 2.
Well, everyone who wanted a new Kirby game, congratulations. Your dreams have been dashed in favor of nothing.
Nintendo Switch 2 edition is a lie. These are DLC packs.
Yeah.
This sounds like a nice little, like, you can download a little patch, but it's
No.
not what it is.
It's just we were too lazy to make an actual game.
No, it's not about being lazy. We need a beefy launch lineup, and
You're right,
everybody
there's
already.
nothing-
There's 700 million Nintendo Switches out there. People already own these games. Let's make some more money.
We
off
have
of them.
still seen one exclusive.
One game.
Well, besides the stupid not Astrobot game that costs money.
Oh, you're right. I apologize. I forgot about that exclusive.
Because that's an exclusive. You can't play.
Okay, look, you can play with a mouse.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Wahoo.
You can explore the immersive world in 4K.
I will probably do that. That will be cool to play a Nintendo to play a retro shooter with actual pointer controls. That's
Choose from these two
you
Retro
can't,
is in the studio, gang, in case there's anybody out there who doesn't know.
preference and
Oh,
playstyle.
you stay kind of out of her head for a little while longer so you can really see her running.
Plus,
Oh, look how much better it looks. Look how much better it looks on the new system.
I didn't realize they were in the XY world. That's interesting. So that you can do living in the city. You know you have
Well,
to survive.
I think it literally is only the city.
image of the power of Switch 2.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Because games are hard to make, Joshua. I don't know if you know this, but games are really hard to make.
The Nintendo Switch 2 edition
Huh.
games you just saw.
No, take a capture. Take a screen capture right now, and say and get ready to. If nothing else gets announced, say this is one heck of a launch lineup from 2014, or no, 2017.
I want to hear what they're saying, because I want to hear them threaten, and there may be more later.
And frame rates.
Look how much better the game looks.
Terrible.
Hold
The
on.
Nintendo Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital versions. And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
You have to purchase an upgrade pack for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild to get better frame rates. Oh my god!
Yeah, of course you do. Now, I want to say something.
Why isn't it a patch?
Okay, a Metroid Prime physical edition for Nintendo Switch 2 makes sense. That makes sense to me.
Oh my! I
makes
am
sense to me.
going to go Joker mode.
Physical copies of Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 edition will rot on the shelves. Everybody already...
What are we doing?
Everyone already owns it.
What are we doing?
Making money! We're gonna make a lot of fucking money there, so Joshua.
I'm making too much money.
We're not just doing this for the money.
We're doing it
For a shitload of money!
These Nintendo Switch 2 edition games.
This is bad.
This is
I'd like
bad.
to introduce a brand new game featuring mouse controls with the Joy-Con.
EU4.
No, it's gonna be Splatoon, you fucking moron.
Please take a look.
I'm gonna go Joker mode. Yeah, this is Splatoon. Why is it?
It's
two
gonna be
mouse?
it's gonna be a rhythm game of some kind.
Oh god, this is the worst timeline.
Oh,
Oh
I
my, this
see.
is some Miyamoto shit.
It's
You know this is some Miyamoto shit.
Paraplegic Battle Dome. Give them new problems. Give your opponents new problems. Oh, is that it? We're done now? Okay, no, okay. I thought it was gonna fade out. You'll get a better look at that
No,
during
it
the next
should have. It
direct.
should have. I never want to see it again. We made handy capable Federation
I was
Force.
about to say it's giving Federation Force. I was about to say Federation
we made
Force.
handy capable Federation
Joshua,
Force.
I was like,
Please applaud
I
us.
was like, I'm gonna let Joshua finish that sentence, and then I'm gonna make my Federation Force joke.
This is.
This is a good show.
Oh my god.
So one thing, I was gonna say, there will be something new, because obviously, last time around, we had ARMS to show off the new system. This is the ARMS of this presentation.
Yes. But ARMS was like a fighting game.
Well, I mean, this is a fighting game, too.
No, it's like Bad Rocket League.
No, my thing is I'm looking at this and I'm going, ARMS had, character designs.
No, I'm also looking at this and going, this looks like it would play way better on a controller.
Yeah,
You
this-
can do tank
this is
controls on a
also true.
controller.
This is also true.
In
Hold
Dragon
on.
Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice to intuitively pull off various moves.
Are these the
Intuitively.
final character
This
designs?
sounds like a great idea to just kill your mice within a week of buying.
Games from our publishing and development partners coming to
Wheels strikes again.
I have long
Okay, This is something.
This is
something.
This is going to be the third party. Like,
I
look,
clapped.
it can run.
I clapped
it
when
can
I saw
run
it.
current games.
Yes, no, this is good. Thank you for putting Elden Ring on it.
Now,
I will not rebuy it because I already have it on my PC.
Again, everyone already owns it. But I want to play it. It would be perfect for the Elden Ring. Would be perfect for the Switch. It actually wouldn't be. It's not exactly a pick up and play for 5 minutes type of game.
It's also a game that I don't want to have at a tiny resolution at a worse frame rate on a handheld.
It'll run at a fine frame rate, Joshua, because the power of the Nintendo Switch 2 is unparalleled. Tarnished edition.
I clapped when I saw it. Tarnished edition, aka there will be a Nintendo shirt for your guys.
Oh,
From Supergiant Games,
we might get a real release date here.
Hades 2 is
We might.
This is gonna be the biggest fucking news of the show.
Our first ever sequel introduces the Princess of the Dead, an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister Titan of Time. You'll battle beyond the underworld to the ends of the earth, getting to know dozens of characters from Greek myth in a story that reacts to your every setback and victory. It's the kind of game you can quickly pick up and play whether you're experienced with the original or not. Look for more about Hades 2 later this year.
Damn it.
Okay, well it's Capcom. It's fine.
Damn it.
I clapped.
No, I just want to release
Street
date.
Fighter.
Shut up. I want to release
No,
date
we
for
got
Hades.
Street Fighter. No, we got Street Fighter. This is good.
I want to know what.
No, this is good. This
need
is
to know-
good. I'll take Street Fighter.
I need to know what happens
There
to
hasn't
Millennium.
been a Street Fighter game on Nintendo since like 1994.
I need to know what happens to Millennium, though.
I don't care. I hate like all these like, oh, we're gonna do this edition where Ryu gets
Amiibo.
a Nintendo shirt.
We got Amiibo, though.
I mean,
We got
it is cool that they're
We
Amiibo.
got Amiibo of the characters you don't care about.
Is this Vanquish?
That's Vanquish.
It's Vanquish?
That's Vanquish.
Testing data link with
The secret. This is a sequel to Vanquish.
Is this a sequel to Vanquish?
Clovers bought the IP.
No,
it's not.
No, it's not. It's just a mecha game.
It's very funny. I was like, did
If
like
that had been Vanquish, I would have
it's
lost
gonna be like,
my
did he
mind.
like bring the IP from
Arsenal
Platinum
Gear.
back?
No, it's just a mecha game.
I know that. I was just talking.
You could have just put Armored Core on it.
No, it's Capcom.
This planet will be ours.
Oh, you mean we could have put Armored
Yeah,
Core in the
like we
system.
already showed that we have FromSoft
No,
games.
because it didn't sell. Well, Elden Ring Elden Ring
guess
will
you're
make
right.
the money. Elden Ring will make us all the money.
Because we're
This looks like there's another mech game. It's like Demon X Machine, Demon X Break something that was in early on.
Oh, it's
it's
Demon X
the same thing.
Machina.
It's the same thing. That's what I was literally just talking about.
Okay.
I was literally gonna say this reminds me of a mech
Yeah,
game
no,
that
no,
came out.
I remember.
I was gonna say this.
Oh,
reminds
it's
me
Joseph Perez. Let's go. We're
This
so
reminds
back.
me of a mech game that came out early on Nintendo
Yeah, and it was
Switch
terrible.
that everyone forgot about.
And it was
Then it
terrible.
was the sequel to that. Yeah, Titanic Scion, baby.
Hey, this is Joseph Forrest from Hazelight.
He's not going to be allowed to talk the way he normally does during this.
On to Nintendo Switch 2. The
The-
game is a story about friendship.
I want to hear every word.
Play as Mio, who writes sci-fi.
'Cause I wanna hear him
and Zoe,
on
who
script.
writes fantasy. Together, they get trapped in their own stories, and it's up to you and a friend to help them break free. Now, let me tell you this: if you like It Takes Two, you're gonna love this.
Let me tell you this.
Let me tell you this. F the Oscars, man.
Split Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
Okay, that's something.
It's very funny.
Oh
to
my
hear.
gosh, we got our FV Sports
Very
games. We're
funny
gonna
to-
dedicate time to it.
Very funny to listen to him have to like
John-
stay completely
John
on,
Madden. Wasn't there
completely
no
on
Madden
script.
on Switch 1?
Probably not.
There was no Madden on Switch. That's what's
Hold
hilarious
on,
about
hold on.
this.
Let me check this.
No, there was no Madden.
check this.
I swear to God, there was no Madden, which is hilarious.
Okay. I gotcha.
Oh, it's Hogwarts Legacy. You know that game
It would
everyone
be
forgot about 5 years
really-
ago?
It would be really funny
Enhanced graphics
if this can't run on the Nintendo Switch 2 either.
I know
No,
people.
hold on. Actually, no. I do want to pay attention to this. I want to hear this because I want to hear if this requires a $30
That would be
Nintendo
really
Switch 2.
funny.
Because they did release this on Switch, and it was like melting.
I didn't realize that.
They released it
Gotcha.
on. It was 6 months behind all other platforms because it took them that long to get it to not
Okay.
explode. I want to hear if this
I'm not even joking when I say that. I hate to say it.
Mm-hmm.
The Madden reveal is the biggest third-party reveal so far
It has
because
been
that will
perfect.
actually ship units.
that
for
will
them.
move. They'll move a lot of units, but no. I wanna,
Everything else has already been
I
released.
want to hear if this is a $30 game, a $30 upgrade.
Hi, I'm Alan Tu from Avalanche Software.
That wasn't synced up with his
We're
lips.
bringing Hogwarts Legacy to Nintendo Switch 2. With enhanced graphics and seamless world transitions,
You'll be immersed in the Wizarding world.
Because this doesn't even look as good as like the PS5,
No.
Xbox One version.
My PC with like a 2 gens ago graphics card looks better.
Hold on.
On Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience.
I really want to hear him say, buy the upgrade.
Discover the enhanced magic when Hogwarts Legacy launches on the same day as Switch 2.
Just hold on. Nothing. Bite around it. Bite around it.
Okay.
Bite around it.
We got Sony Hawk on Dreams.
Bite around the fact that if you already bought it on Nintendo Switch.
Oh my gosh, we get to go to Rio.
That might actually
This is great.
That might actually be worse because it might mean that if you bought it on Nintendo Switch, you have to buy it for $60
Is there an
again.
Arnold Schwarzenegger skin when you go to Rio in this game?
I
want to ride on my skateboard as Arnold.
There might be worse if it requires you to spend.
Skater Island.
Hey, look! A few moments later.
Oh.
That was cute.
Yeah, it was.
Last time around, the only wacky thing they showed was Doom skins. So showing there's a little like 2-second tease of a SpongeBob level is more interesting.
We are bringing our flagship title, Hitman.
I'm being so cynical, obviously, but it's gonna be really. I like looking at this like it's gonna be so funny if this can't like run. Because again, this does not look as good as it did on PlayStation 4.
No, it can't run. Look at the lighting on some of this.
I know that's what I'm
stuff.
saying. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't look as good as it did on PlayStation 4.
Terrible.
Because this game.
Oh my god.
This is a 10-year-old game at this point.
Plus, we are excited to bring another familiar agent to the platform.
James Bond. We're gonna show James Bond.
Oh my god.
We're showing the
It's the
same
teaser from 5 years ago.
We're showing the same teaser. We can't show new stuff.
This game's never coming out.
No, it's never coming out.
This game is never coming out. How old is this teaser now? I want to say it's like 2019.
We're not gonna show a new. It's still a project name. We don't even get a title.
It's still project name? It's the exact teaser?
It still has Aeon on there, even though...
No, it's at Amazon Studios. Oh, Bravely
Default. Cool.
That 007 teaser, yeah, that came out in 2020. That is almost 5 years old, that teaser. And that
it's not even upscaled.
Of course it isn't. No, it's upscaled from like what it looked like on your 3DS screen. It's fine. Look, it's the fact that it's even accessible is good, because this was basically a dead video game.
I mean, yeah, it was locked on the 3DS.
This is fine. They don't need to waste time enhancing this. Just release it.
They didn't get rid of like the weird mobile game features where you have to wait in game time though.
No. But because those features where you have to wait were originally that was all Street Pass based. Like the way you made those timers go up was with Street Pass. So it was absurd. They didn't work. So that's going to be adjusted to work with that Street Pass. And look, all the touchscreen stuff is going to work with the mouse. Like I was saying, we can bring DS games over now. That's fine. That's fine. That was the exact level that needed to be at.
Okay, that's fine.
That doesn't need any adjustments or changes. That just release it and yeah, make all that stuff work with the mouse.
Okay. Is it going to be Yakuza 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
Director's cut. Baby. A conflict erupts over a piece of land.
That's funny.
How do you make Yakuza sound dry?
Seriously, this sounds horrible.
A conflict erupts over a piece of land. Buy it. That was all they said about it.
Please look forward to the more Yakuza.
Please look forward to another Yakuza game every year until you die.
How long is this gonna go on?
How long is this gonna go on?
See, I said it right after the Sega game showed up, so it's funny.
Alright, what is he gonna show us now?
This better be a real game.
No. No. AAA Games Studio, I don't like them very much.
Oh,
it's a Tears of the Kingdom Muso.
It's another...
It's a Tears of the Kingdom Muso.
We're gonna make a third one.
Yeah, they sell, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna suffocate myself.
They make the money. They make all the money.
But in time, a terrible evil arose.
Don't you remember the incredibly enthralling story of Tears of the Kingdom? Don't you want to do it again?
This is the second Nintendo game we've seen so far, right?
No, it's a Bandai. It's
no, but
it's
you know
Koei
what I
Tecmo.
mean. You know what I mean.
No, it's Koei Tecmo.
Shush, it's the second game.
No, it's not.
It's the second Nintendo.
No, it's Koei Tecmo.
Look, Zelda's right there. Okay, well, this looks very different from a normal move. So maybe
No, it
this
doesn't.
is. Yes, it does. That was her walking in gameplay with a cinematic camera behind her.
mean this really is the past?
So this could be actually canon, unlike the last one, maybe, because it's just in the past, starring the past characters.
That
and
would
Zelda.
there is no way. No, they're gonna
No
come through
Link.
a portal.
No
Link's,
Link.
Link's gonna come through a portal.
Link is probably going to come through a portal, but what if?
I really just want to play as the furries that had no characterization.
This is true, yes. And also the fact that Zelda's doing things means it can't be canon. Because she... No, I'm saying she had no juice in the flashbacks.
Oh my gosh.
She just stood around while shit
if
happened,
this is
so it
the
can't
cast,
be canon.
all we're going to show is the champions who wore masks and didn't have faces.
All these
and
guys
the furries
who-
with no personality.
Well, you know, no personalities.
Oh.
You know, not really a low watermark for that series. I'm not counting Astrobot at Home Macintosh plush. It's not real.
It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games.
No, we know.
See, it's not a Nintendo game.
I know, Josh. I know it said Koei Tecmo.
No. Nintendo was like, "Don't worry, this isn't our game. We're not making anything
Joshua, I
new."
know it's Koei Tecmo. My point is still to demonstrate this is the second Nintendo game we've seen other than Astrobot at Home.
And now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh no, I forgot that Paraplegic Battle Arena is a Nintendo game.
Switch Online.
You mean Federation Force 2?
You can continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online.
It's Federation Force without the mission mode.
Joshua, you are allowed to continue enjoying Nintendo Switch Online on Nintendo Switch 2.
Now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online.
This is
We permit you to enjoy this.
This is so much worse than the worst case scenario.
On Switch 2. And with Nintendo Switch Online
If the
expansion pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch
GameCube.
2.
It's gonna be DS and GameCube.
Hold on.
For more
No,
money.
because it could be way worse. Let's
Told
just
you.
wait. Let's just wait. Because I think it could be worse.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game.
$60 a month.
Exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo GameCube, originally.
I love how we have to hit like a 20-year mark before they add it.
Here are the titles that will be available at launch.
So we're not getting that HD remake.
No, listen. No, shut up. We gotta listen to this. Listen to how they're describing this because we haven't had too much of the Nintendo Direct announcer during this. Listen to this shit.
Originally released in 2001.
Listen to this shit.
Here are the titles that will be available at launch. A Legend of Zelda game that looks like a cartoon come to life through cell shading. Controlling the wind using a mysterious baton. Set sail on an adventure across the Great Sea. The Legend of Zelda.
It's like my favorite game, and they made it sound horrible.
History and the world. A tale of souls and swords eternally retold. In this 3D, weapons-based fighting game, each fighter comes equipped with a...
Now, personally, I think you should have access to both. Like for example, if they put Thousand Year Door on this, and it's next to the remake, that's fine. Why not, right? If they put Wind Waker on this, and it's next to the HD version, that's fine. I think, historically, we should have access to all these versions. I think that remakes and redos do not replace the original, because the original is always going to be a product of its time. It's always going to be interesting in that way. So, I think we can have both.
If the first-party company still refuses to make a good service, then they only ensure that the piracy will continue until morale improves.
I didn't say anything about that.
I know.
I just said broadly, having all versions being available officially is good.
The Legend of Zelda series enters the fray. Soul Calibur 2. Experience white knuckle racing at speed.
Yeah, he's doing the Soy Wojak face.
30 machines will put it all on the line in death.
He hit the mic. He hit the mic this time.
Featuring the series first, machine customization.
I want them to explain who Captain Falcon is, because no one knows. Because
Zero GX.
it's been 25 years.
In games that support multiplayer,
25 years.
can play together locally.
And it's gonna work so good, dude. Look at that. Look at that seamless split screen 60 frames per
quarter
second
century since we made an F-Zero game.
Joshua, look at that. Perfect. 60 frames per second online
4K,
play.
4K, 4K.
Look at that. Perfect online gameplay. It's gonna look just as good when you experiencing it yourself.
With clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases. Image
Listen to the words that he's saying and look
I
at
heard
the
it.
A button in the up.
I saw it.
Listen to
I
the words
saw
he's
it.
saying and look at the A button in the upper right hand
They
corner of
barely
the screen.
even upscaled the HUD to trick us.
No, they didn't. They shouldn't. I just want the original game.
image quality and higher resolution than the original.
I want it exactly the way it was. That's fine. I want that. But just don't lie.
Oh, they finally
hold
put
on.
in real time.
It is. They are. They fixed it.
No, Jacob.
You can
Look.
also check the controls for each title and customize them to your liking.
Yeah, that's fine. Each title. Each title.
Thank God.
They
Thank God.
fixed it.
And then, well, there goes that Path of
Sunshine,
Radiance
Path of
remake. I was wrong.
Oh look, now Sunshine isn't locked behind the collection.
Pokemon XDDD to respond to how much
That version of Sunshine is probably actually going to be not necessarily visually better, but if you have a GameCube adapter, it's going to have the analog spraying controls probably the way that the original GameCube version did that they cut out of the HD collection.
Yeah, you're right.
Path of Radiance, Gale of Darkness, Strikers, Chibi Robo.
It's Gale of Darkness.
What did I say?
Scale.
I meant to say Gale. I misspoke.
He meant to say Ordinal Scale.
Luigi's Mansion, which is getting a remake.
It's fine, we can
Colosseum.
let it play.
Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics.
I want to see what juice they
Don't worry, there's no other launch titles besides Mario Kart, but you can play Wind Waker.
The same day.
The old version.
The old version, not
without
the new
without
one.
the fast sailcloth.
Dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released.
You're already selling that.
Connect wirelessly.
Okay, it's got okay, all right, it's got more buttons.
It also has a C button.
The Nintendo GameCube.
$70 for this controller.
Yeah.
$70.
Yeah. And it'll only be in Atomic Purple. You can't get the Chrome one.
Just put a
Mario on the game.
Make ZL the same size as the old Z button. That's what all of like the knockoff controllers for Wii U did. They just did two matching Z buttons.
It's like all I ever used for Smash.
They made matching Z buttons.
The Nintendo GameCube controller, exclusively available for Nintendo Switch.
They can't do it. I'm telling you, this company is so washed.
As Nintendo Switch 2.
Again,
it makes so much money.
Nintendo, again, they're only good when they suck. It's been proven yet again.
I know, but that's the problem. Is we thought maybe they'll screw up this time, and they haven't screwed up. They've just continued to do the exact same thing.
Whether you're familiar with the game,
Now, when the one more thing is Mario Odyssey 2, I'm just gonna be like, cool.
Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I can't wait to emulate that. I mean, I'll buy the console.
from the system shown here on Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, let's see some more games from our publisher.
Yes! I'd love to see more games.
Simmer down. I thought that was Teddy
It's
for a
Deltarune.
second. I thought it was Teddy for a
Deltarune
second.
release date.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
This is a good announcement.
Yes.
This is not a good direct, but it's a good announcement.
Yes. Yes.
Can't wait to play this on PC.
At long last.
Can't wait to play this on PC.
At long last.
Can't wait to play this on PC.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Shut up. Hold on, because it's 5. He said 5 chapters, and he said he wouldn't release. He said he wouldn't release the next 3 chapters until they were all done.
Oh my god.
Fucking. It's so over. It's so over.
You can also get a digital copy of the movie to watch on your Switch.
Oh, Joshua, your favorite company. Your favorite game.
The UI is going to be so much better on Switch. I'm so glad you're skipping ahead. This is dystopic.
Our final announcement for today is that WWE 2K
Our final announcement. 2K hasn't made any announcements yet. They thought they were taping a different presentation.
to see you in the ring and on the court.
Our final they said our final announcement today, so we understand the GTA isn't going to show up at the ending of the presentation. That's why. Okay.
4 kids find this old tat. Off they went, armed with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack of...
Oh, it's Kingdom Hearts. Oh, this looks like Coco Melon.
Oh, it froze. What's happening now? Okay. Cool.
Baby. 1作目となり
What the fuck? Well, there's Final Fantasy. I heard Final Fantasy.
I heard it in there too. What is happening?
I don't know.
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo. Reload the page.
No. We need a clean sample of this. Be quiet. Be quiet.
リメイクインターグレードを発売いたします。フェニックスの
Launch date. 27 Ultimate Edition comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day.
こんにちは。スクエアエニックスの浜口です。任天堂スイッチ2でファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードを発売いたします。本作は
And yes, I am blaming your computer.
Let's
reload the page.
Let's just do.
Let's reload the page.
Let's just start this over. Hey, there's Donkey Kong.
Fucking told you there would be a Donkey Kong game.
Kyle Bosman also predicted there would be a 3D Donkey Kong. No, this is the stream, dude.
Oh my god, this is the stream.
Everyone experienced this.
Oh my gosh, this is the stream.
Everyone experienced this.
Nintendo Switch 2で
Square Enix skunked again! Skunked again!
No way! It's cool that Gungeon's on it. I'm looking forward to playing Gungeon on my PC.
It's Gungeon 2, Joshua.
I look forward to playing Gungeon on my PC.
体験いただきます。スイッチ2で展開するリメイクシリーズに
There it is! Someone cut it wrong. Like, that's literally just their editor effed up.
No, this is...
No, because it cut back, and there was no FF7 section. They cut those other two things out and forgot to put the video
No, you're
over
right.
it.
No, you're right. I don't know. I mean, it's because this is obviously a taped thing, but it's being broadcast live, and sometimes YouTube just messes that shit up. But you're right. That was like the FF7 music was playing for like 60 seconds, and there were 30 seconds of footage.
It's straight up. They used the wrong cut of the.
But it also froze on that one trailer, so I don't know. But whatever. The audio's back to normal now. Who gives a shit about it? Well, actually, hold on. I forgot. We can't.
Oh, Silk Song's
I was about to say we can't skip these because they revealed the fucking Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky remake
Silk
during
Song
one
isn't
of these
fake.
montages.
Silk Song isn't fake.
I was about to skip it, and then I was remembered. No, actually, they bury huge announcements in these.
This is
sometimes.
way bigger than anything they've shown so far.
They bury massive announcements in these stupid montages for no reason. I always like go, oh, it's time to check out, and then I forget they always show real shit. Yeah, that was Cyberpunk, Sunny D. It's too bad we couldn't, enjoy that part of the stream.
We had to see whatever island, the fake game, like, shuffleware thing that was. I forgot they're still making Rune Factory games.
This is the people who made the recent Turtles beat 'em
Yeah,
ups.
yeah. Wow, it's on your Switch. Did you know it was on your Switch?
They'll probably sell better now that it's all fixed up, actually. For a new launch on a system that children own.
Another Nobunaga Ambition game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fast Few. I was literally just thinking about they need to show enhancements. They need to show Fast RMX running at 60. But there's just a new Fast game, so that's fine. Because there hasn't been a new Fast game like that. That was like a launch title for Switch, and then
there's
nothing.
not even. I'm just. It's. I guess maybe it's the same studio that did Odyssey that's going to be making the new Donkey Kong game. Then
probably, yeah.
It's probably that studio whatever.
That studio worked on Wonder, so
yeah.
Who knows? There he is.
Release date. Well, not date, but it's not fake.
I think they had a 2025.
Okay, well, it's not fake, thankfully.
It's very funny that was because there has been a more thorough like gameplay trailer of that you haven't seen. So it's very funny that they're showing real ass video games here that they could not be fucked to show during the actual presentation.
Because we have to show our bad Astrobot knockoff.
The fact that is paid. It's gonna cost us like.
This is our last game.
Yeah. I'm from the future, says Ninja Bunny. It looks grim. You went and watched the rest of the stream while you were waiting for us? This is the last from our publishing and developing partners, Joshua.
Yeah.
Not the last first-party game we're going to see. Because we obviously have to see Donkey Kong.
Da-da-da-da.
Spooky game. A spooky type of game.
Resident Evil. I'm kidding. It's not Resident Evil.
It's like might be Fatal Frame or something.
That would be funny. That would be so bad.
I give you my life.
No, it sounds like a Souls game. Just based on like the dialogue.
Everybody talks like this now, though, Joshua. Your average white woman on the street sipping boba tea talks this way nowadays.
So literally just on the West Coast.
Now title and nothing.
No, I told you it's a FromSoft game.
Software game. I don't know, dude. Everybody's aping their style these days. Bloodborne 2.
It's Bloodborne 2. Holy shit.
Bloodborne 2.
Holy shit. Is this Bloodborne 2?
2. Bloodborne 2.
Oh my god.
Motherfuckers. I'm cursing so much, but Nintendo just makes me so passionate.
Oh my god.
This isn't Bloodborne 2.
This isn't Bloodborne. This is a new IP.
This could be Night Rain. They're just
no. This is either
no,
Dark Souls
it's not,
4.
It's definitely not the way.
It's either Dark Souls 4 or it's a new IP.
It's probably a new IP, but I don't know. That looks a lot like Yarnum to me.
It does, but
no. Hold on.
But I saw katanas and stuff.
Hold on. It could be that new Elden Ring Night Rain thing, and they're just showing another map. This could be another map.
No, because they haven't shown multiple players.
They've just shown us 700 builds though. I think this is a new map for Night Rain.
No, it's not Night Rain. This is a new game.
Okay, whatever.
This is a new game.
Okay.
I have to sit up since something's actually happening. This Direct is horrible. I'm saying as I'm looking at a game I will definitely buy.
What if it's a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive?
That would be a good selling point.
The sound is still messed up on it. Those gunshots were like a full second late.
No, everything's been late. Your entire stream. I think it's your computer.
No, it's not.
Not the stream glitching out.
Oh,
obviously.
it might be that there's just a full second of delay from there to there. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. It's not my computer.
Bloodborne didn't have magic.
There's no latency between these two.
Bloodborne didn't have magic.
Yeah.
This seems like might be Dark Souls 4.
It's not. They've said they're done with Dark Souls.
Okay, it's a new IP.
Just a new thing.
It is a new IP.
They've said they're super done with Dark Souls.
Okay, it is a new IP. Unless it's exclusive, I'm not buying it on your dumbass system.
There's some kind of mole bird rat.
Oh, it's the Last Guardian?
Some kind of creature.
Yeah, it's the Last Guardian.
2026 it says.
Okay.
Available only on Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, well I have okay.
No, you don't.
But they just sold the console. They actually just sold the console.
What you just saw is a brand new game.
Publishing a creator's voice article where the game's director Hidetaka Miyazaki will share more details.
They got Joey to buy the console.
He's not gonna buy the console. He's not. He's just gonna suffer and not play it.
Publishing and development partners. We'd like to thank the developers who appeared today, as well as our publishing and development partners who prepared footage for this presentation.
We didn't show because we messed up. Or YouTube messed it up. Hard to say.
Square is going to sue their ass. Like, actually.
That's like... This is the biggest stream that one of their games has shown up on
This is their biggest stream since 2017.
And sorry, Final Fantasy VII just doesn't get to appear.
Okay, show us Donkey Kong, you
That's
assholes.
so funny. That's so funny, dude. Get your shit pushed in. It's snowing on Donkey Kong Island. Oh, maybe this is Kirby first.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's Kirby.
I was assuming with a star,
Turbo
but
first.
I
don't know. I thought maybe it was gonna be a little snowflake landing on Donkey Kong Island.
Yeah, why is the audio messed up for us?
It's way off.
Is it off on the stream, y'all, or is it just on our end?
No, that's just what it is, dude. It's what it is. I can tell. There's like. This is actually super fast. This HDMI I got is really fast. There's barely any latency between the monitor and the TV, and the sound's just off. The sound's just off by like a full second. Because it's funnier if everything's going a little bit wrong, Joshua. This is Air Ride.
It's Air Ride too.
This is Air Ride. This is what Sakurai's been working on.
Yep. You know what? Good for him.
Yeah, it's good. Good. Air Ride good. Though I think it is funny that we've seen...
Two racing games?
We've seen 2 Nintendo games, and they're both racing games.
Sonic Free Riders.
It's so far behind. Air audio was off on the Nintendo stream, says Johnny Games. Yee. Yeah, we all know. We all know.
Okay, Johnny Games said the stream
that's
also
what
froze.
That's what I just read out loud. Stream even froze at one point. Yep, nope, it happened. That was just on their end.
My gosh, yeah. No, Square's going to sue their ass for that.
So cringe.
And we also didn't see Cyberpunk because of that.
Yeah.
Like, those two, instead of being the crappy games they showed, it was going to be Cyberpunk and Intergrade.
Those were the 2 concluding punches of that sequence that opened with Deltarune. Yes, exactly.
Which are actually both big reveals.
Yes. That's so funny, man. It's so funny.
Some editor at that company is getting fired today.
I don't know if it's an editor. I think YouTube.
Dude,
I think YouTube.
I would have seen that minecart and lost my mind, but it was already spoiled.
There's no way that...
I'm kidding. I'm so dead inside now. I don't give a shit.
There's no way that file wasn't checked and rechecked. That YouTube did it to them. Because unfortunately,
Ingot Isle. That's a good name for a level.
This isn't a premiere. It's a stream, and I've discovered that even premieres can get messed up. The premiere of episode 1 of Uncharted 2. If you just go and watch the video, it's fine. It's normal. The premiere got like destroyed. It was just like freezing constantly and skipping for no reaon.
Yep. There's our new Donkey Kong design.
It's just that's what we saw in the
I know.
pretty much in the previous game or in Kart. Oh look, he can climb walls.
This looks really good.
He can climb walls.
This looks fast, responsive. This looks good.
Donkey Kong.
Oh, the world's destructible.
Donkey
That's
Kong,
really cool.
Why'd you do that?
No, this is cool. This is a really cool feature.
Donkey Kong, why are you punching the ground like that? Save your punches for an enemy who deserves it.
Why aren't there hidden banana underground?
There's something underground. This is so cringe.
Why is this cringe?
The audio being off,
well,
I mean,
yeah.
not the game.
This looks good. This looks really good.
You say that now. But it's going to turn out that because you can destroy the levels, there's no level design, and we're going to wind up hating it.
Oh, no, because look, there's 2D segments.
I saw that, yes, I saw that. And also minecart segments, just like Donkey Kong 64.
Can't wait for every Donkey Kong character but Donkey Kong to not show up.
I think we saw Diddy a second ago when he jumped into a barrel.
I always played Diddy. Oh, it's Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey's going to be very happy.
There was a new Booby Kong.
Yeah, I know, new Booby Kong.
There's a new variant on Booby Kong.
No, I'm glad that this is like I said, this is probably the Odyssey studio, which means they finally get to do one after Jungle Beat. Not even a launch title.
Not even a launch title.
Who the fuck would buy your console at launch, you idiots?
Smash through enemies, walls, the ground, and just about everything as you demolish your way through a massive underground world.
I shouldn't have sworn. That was mean. That was very mean.
We hope you're looking forward to
No, they're not. That's not a good value proposition.
Thank you for watching so far.
So far.
Yeah, no, that's not the last thing. We're way behind.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
Okay, sell me this console.
Finally, here are the hardware options that will be available
Finally.
at launch.
No, there's even one more
We'll
thing.
release
They're not.
Nintendo Switch 2,
They're not.
as
There's
well
gotta be
as
one more
a
thing.
bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World.
You don't even get the disc. Or, I mean, the cartridge.
For more details, please check the official Nintendo.
Jacob's dying. We can't even, like... Soulja Boy soldered that thing in himself, built-in chip.
That's all we have to share for today.
I told you.
You'll have to wait just a bit longer for launch. We are very much looking forward to everyone being able to experience Nintendo Switch 2.
We appreciate you joining us today. Thank you very much.
That was dire.
The only thing they showed with a mouse that would be somewhat like you'd want to use a mouse was Civ 7, which is what I knew would be the bare minimum.
That was dire.
It is so funny that they found a way to sandbag Cyberpunk, a new FromSoft game, Street Fighter 6, and Intergrade. They found a way to not make that interesting.
That's it. I'm buying the Soldier game, says JG. Shayla says, well, I know what I'm not buying. So what's the price? Don't worry
Oh my gosh, they
about
didn't
it.
even say what the pricing was.
Don't worry about it.
Oh no.
You don't need to know what it costs.
Oh no.
Just buy it.
If it's more than $300, they're so cooked.
They're not cooked, Joshua. They're not cooked. Their brand equity is so high right now. They're fine.
I love
They're
how
fine.
I love how they've said, like, after the Wii and then after the Switch, like, oh, we had so much money we didn't even know what to do with it. Like, they've said that publicly. They've done the freaking micro gum joke from old Game Grumps. And I love how their solution to that was, let's make 3 first-party games.
Well, gamers, all the analysts who are talking about, don't worry, GTA.
Apparently it's $450, says Ninja Bunny. We need to look this up.
That's why.
Is this true?
I believe.
If it's actually $450,
Dean also just said it.
How?
We're covered. Yeah. That's why they didn't say it.
What the?
The price is too high. When they said some games will run at 120 frames per second, I was like, so what's inside this? What's inside this thing?
Who would buy this?
And the fact that they said intergrade, not like normal, is like, because that also made me think more like maybe Rebirth is possible. How much is it? $450 game. $450. Another $30 to play Zelda at 60 frames per second. $30 for voice navigation in your Nintendo News app.
And the FromSoft game doesn't even come out this year.
Joshua?
What's the...
Joshua?
What was their holiday title?
Joshua,
Did I miss it? It's Metroid.
Joshua, I want you to go out there, and I want you to buy this system for $450.
I'm not gonna do that.
And then, because you believe in physical media, you're gonna buy Breath of the Wild 2 physically for $60. And as a treat, your new edition of the game will run at 60 frames per second. And you can use the Nintendo News app on your phone, which you bought separately for other money, to use voice navigation to tidy up those Koroks that you missed, but only if you are paying a Nintendo Switch premium service so you can move cloud saves from your old file to your new file on your Nintendo Switch 2.
Still, the absolute most bonkers thing about this Direct is the fact that I'm supposed to pay money, like legal tender
to play Breath of the Wild.
At 60 frames per second on my new console that I just spent $450 on.
Indeed.
How?
So let's go and look at what this was supposed to look like.
Hi, I'm Dave Crooks from Dodge Roll. Here's the first look at Enter the Gungeon 2.
I didn't realize this was the first look at it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I'm an idiot.
For the Gungeon's depths in our roguelike shooter sequel. Now reloaded in a new 3D art style. And you can expect some fan-favorite elements to return.
I'm not sure how I feel about that being 3D.
Excited to share more with you.
It's gonna reduce readability.
Yeah, that could make it a little hard to play.
Yeah.
But it could also make it much funnier. You know, sometimes you have trade-offs in these things. Oh, is it Bug Snacks?
It's Bug Snacks 2, baby. No, it's Astroneer.
I don't know what that is.
What? No. Do you not know this game?
I don't know
this
this
is
game.
a well-known Steam game.
Okay, no, I believe you, but I'm just,
This is not a killer app because it's already on Steam, but like no, this is a real game that people like.
But there are child babbies who will buy a Nintendo Switch 2 who don't have PCs. Though they all want PCs, they don't want Xboxes or PlayStations anymore, and this Direct, I feel, is a pretty good demonstration of why. Why soon they're not even going to want Nintendo Switches either.
I love how they had the Island Adventure game before this broke. Okay, it's a new Astroneer game. That's actually kind of cool.
Okay.
It's a Devolver game. If you didn't know.
Yeah.
My name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red. We are delighted to bring the immersive world of the dark future to Nintendo players for the first time. Cyberpunk 2077 is an
It's gonna run so well.
No, I was actually just thinking to myself, it's probably actually going to run because they fixed it. It's going to run infinitely better on this than it did at launch on anything.
Get ready to meet unforgettable characters and discover engaging stories when Cyberpunk 2077.
And look, it's Ultimate Edition, so it's going to include
The DLCs.
Phantom Liberty,
Yeah.
and you don't have to pay $15 to play it at 60 frames per second.
スクエアエニックスの浜口です。
Sorry, Hamaguchi.
任天堂スイッチ2でファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードを発売いたします。本作はミッドガル脱出までを
I like that the Square guys say, no, you're not putting your cutesy child voice actors over us, just give us subtitles.
グレードを発売いたします。
Cloud cannot speak English in your fighting game. We refuse.
時を経て再創作された
This is I am in pain right now. This is
スイッチ2で展開するFF7リメイクシリーズに
Yeah, this and Cyberpunk were like
Jacob.
supposed to be huge ticket items.
and it just cut out.
Yeah, well, no, because it's
Yeah.
that's where the transition
Yeah.
would
Hey,
happen, and they don't
so-
have a separate file.
Hey, so
it would be
Jacob.
so easy to make a separate
Jacob,
file. I could do it in like 3
I
minutes.
had infinitely more fun watching the Mario movie like 3 nights ago
Yeah.
while slightly
Yeah.
drunk
Yeah.
than this.
Maybe we should have gotten drunk for this. We should have opened the day with a beer.
I was not going to drink it at whatever time, but no, I probably should have. Drinking caffeine during this was hell.
The direct they did 5 days ago had more stuff.
Yes. Yes.
It had Tomodachi Life.
Yeah.
Everybody's Golf came back from the dead. New Rhythm Heaven game was announced. Okay? All right. Tomodachi Life. First time in 10 years, new Tomodachi Life. The best Saga Frontier game. Out.
Like think about I'm sorry, like I know there was a ton in that direct.
There was
right?
a there was
No,
a
no,
new
no, no.
there was a new cozy Disney game,
I know
Villains Cursed
I know
Cafe.
there was a lot in that direct.
No, there
right?
wasn't, but sure.
All you had to, no, I'm saying in the direct from 5 days ago.
Beyond
Here,
gameplay.
all you had to do, remove wheelchair basketball, remove the stupid Astrobot thing, put in Metroid and Tomodachi Life. It would have been a good direct if you had just done one.
This is true.
If you had just done one.
Also, calling it an Astrobot like is giving it weight. Is now officially giving it more gas than it deserves. But there was a new Eye the Somnium Files game. Okay, all right. They revealed Raito Remastered. Okay, which is a classic Atlas game that's been inaccessible for forever. All right. Papapon 1 and 2, classic PSP games coming back. That direct 5 days ago was
like fine.
Killer.
Yeah.
They could have
also new Harvest Moon. You didn't
yes,
mention
new
that.
Harvest Moon. That direct was
I know it's Story of
killer.
Seasons, but Story of Seasons is actually Harvest
Yes,
Moon.
it's actually Harvest Moon. That direct was killer, and then it ended with this stupid news announcement, and then what we just watched was embarrassing.
Dude, the fact that wheelchair basketball game, like ARMS, I understood like why it was on Joy-Cons.
ARMS had like music.
It had character designs.
It had character designs. It had gameplay. You look at it and go, huh, this could be interesting. And it's selling a feature. That, I'm like, hey, listen, gang. You know how mice are used? Have you ever used a mouse to play a video game?
I counter with this. You're right. There are new games. Deltarune and Silksong I can play on my PC. On any PC. I could play it on a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not a gaming laptop.
I can play GameCube
The
games on my
FromSoft game, you're
laptop,
right,
too.
but it doesn't come out until 2026, and we have no release date, so it's probably late 2026.
The
GameCube NSO should have been a thing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I have to pay to play Breath of the Wild at 60 FPS. This is
terrible.
insane.
That's terrible. Mario Kart World will be really
I don't care
good.
if I have to pay 30 cents.
Mario Kart World will be really good.
Yes, it will.
But
And so will Donkey Kong.
I want to add Donkey Kong will also be good. I wanna
It's not worth
emphasize
$450. Breath of the Wild was a killer app, and wasn't Switch One $300 at launch?
I don't think so. I think it was 400. I could be wrong. What did Nintendo Switch launch
I'll put it this way: there were 3 exclusives that they showed that were interesting. It was Donkey Kong, it was Mario Kart World, and it
did launch at $300.
That's what I was saying.
Right, you're right.
Yeah, no, the Switch 1 was $300 and came with Breath of the Wild. You cannot tell me that $450 plus Mario Kart and Donkey Kong in a few months is as good of a deal. And Breath of the Wild was on Wii U.
Yeah.
I know Metroid's on it as well, but Metroid's going to be on Switch 1.
Yeah, but then, like, no, because then you can make that argument of like, oh, no, I don't think that's fair, because you can make an argument that part of the strength of the Switch's launch was Breath of the Wild. However,
I disagree because no one owned a Wii U but us.
This is true. So people were like, well, I'm not going to buy a Wii U. Thank God there's a new system I can buy instead that will hopefully have more value to me for this new Zelda game that I'm about to purchase. Also, so again, yeah, everybody owns a Switch, and they'll all be able to play Metroid, and also Metroid is not a launch title. I'm just thinking about when I bought a Wii U. It was a couple years in. It was when Mario Kart 8 came out.
Yeah.
And when I got it, there was already not a huge library of games on it, but there was stuff, and like the unique showing off how the system works game for the Wii U was called Nintendo Land, which was amazing. And,
yeah, Nintendo Land was awesome.
And they showed ARMS last time around, and it wasn't amazing,
but
a lot of people liked it. This time around, it was Drag X Drive.
That's the thing. The fact that was one of their 3 big, like, oh, we're showing a new game. I mean, Air Ride as well. But
also,
that's not until next year.
Also, there's another big factor that plays into all of this for me, which is that if I'm playing a game online, and I'm a normal gamer, I'm doing it on PC or PlayStation or Xbox, probably. And if I'm playing it on PlayStation or Xbox, I'm already paying an online subscription. I never got an online subscription for my Nintendo Switch, because the only game that would have even been able to use it was Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I never bought 8 Deluxe, aside from the fact that I already owned it on Wii U, was that I would have then had to pay however much money to play it online, and I didn't want to get Splatoon. There was nothing to make me want to play it online. And their online features were, bad and didn't work properly. So I can pay money for a worse service to play one game, Mario Kart World. I got to pay $450. And then I got to pay $60 to $70. Probably $70.
I'm sorry.
That's a $70 game.
This is also, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. The online's going to be even worse because there's 24 players.
$70 game.
It's going to be even worse.
$70 game. What is it? $30 a year? $40 a year?
I think it's $30 a year for base. No, it was $20 a year for base. Mm-hmm. But in order to get N64 games, it was $40.
I just want to play. I just want to play Mario Kart World online.
No, and that's the other thing.
I just want to play Mario
Sorry
Kart World
to push
online.
back again, Dean, but the thing about GameCube games, that's going to cost like $50. Mm-hmm. Like they're going to make the subscription $30 more expensive to play GameCube.
So what is $20 or $30 for Nintendo Switch Online? So that is a $550 buy-in to play Mario Kart World.
Yes, Ninja Bunny, we do not care about Demon X Machina 2 because the first one was like super forgettable.
I don't know. I heard some people liked it, but
okay.
I don't care. I think Ninja Bunny's probably being sarcastic.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. There's not even Demon X Machina doesn't have a standalone video here.
No.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't even give a shit.
This is bad.
That was a new announcement and it was not here.
But don't worry, Drag X Drive is here.
Hold on. What's up with the Minecraft movie DLC trailer?
I'm Steve.
Game Over World. It's just like when Sam Flynn finds the secret lab that leads to the grid.
Yeah, when what's his name pages him from the arcade.
Yeah, his dad. Kevin Flynn.
Oh, Kevin Flynn.
Technically it was Clue.
He pages Alan.
It was Clue pretending to be Flynn, paging Alan, who then went and talked to Sam. It was a little bit convoluted. Hey, look, it's all the iconic new characters from the movie. Relive your first night in the overworld.
Well, you wouldn't have this much equipment on your first night in the overworld unless you had played before.
What does reliving your first night mean?
The overworld.
Sneak through the woodland
Minecraft.
mansion. Oh my god, there's new stealth gameplay in Minecraft. There's new sight cones in Minecraft. What's going on in Minecraft these days? Hey, there's the Silksong announcement trailer from 6 years ago with 8 million views. Get it for free now. It's free.
I love that Jack Black has.
There's a beard,
yeah.
There's a new Steve model for him. That's free. That's free. Everybody's golf I can buy. It'll be a $50 game probably.
Dude, I'm just $450 is insane.
I don't know.
It is.
Wait, listen. It costs whatever it costs.
It
costs what it costs to make.
It will cost what it will cost.
If it can run Cyberpunk and Intergrade and whatever the new FromSoft game is, then it's a more expensive system. The Nintendo Switch was a toaster. It barely worked, and they sold it. I would guess at a loss. I don't know that for sure, but I would guess if they looked at it and they broke it down and you said, you know what, we have to sell it for $450, then I'm not going to tell them they should have done anything different. Something?
Why is the Kirby Air Riders logo so just stock?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Why? That's the original logo had wings on it and
that's
stuff?
How most of the Sora logos look at this point anyway.
Okay.
That's just kind of how they look. That's
You're
the
right.
style.
Just the fact that more money went into the Drag X Drive logo makes me upset.
I think that if they want to sell this for $450 and that's what they got to do, that's fine. I think they should save their money on
Dean, 100% agree. Continue though.
Undergrad is a PS4 game. Sorry, you don't need a $450 system for that. Well, no. Final Fantasy.
Jacob, how much is a Steam Deck now?
Just hold on a second. Hold on. I'm just defending one thing. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a PS4 game, which couldn't have run on the Nintendo Switch because it could barely run on the PlayStation 4. Intergrade is 60 frames per second, enhanced lighting, a bunch of other things. That is a PS5 game.
They should have
enhanced textures.
They should have made Intergrade an upgrade pack.
They should have
spend another $30 to get the Yuffie DLC at 30 FPS or 50 FPS.
Intergrade specifically is a PS5 game. And I've always maintained that Remake was a stealth PS5 game the same way that The Last of Us was a stealth PS4 game. The same way that Cyberpunk absolutely should not have released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
So the takeaway from this is you buy it once it's reduced to $350 when that FromSoft game comes out.
Listen,
that's when you buy this.
If you
like Donkey Kong,
if you need to sell this for $450 to make your nut, that's fine. However, save yourself some money and do not develop the Zelda integration app. And you say,
I forgot that we got Google Maps Zelda during
and you
this.
say some Nintendo Switch original games, such as The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for the Nintendo Switch system, will receive free patches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system to enhance their performance, and nothing else. While other games, such as Super Mario Party Jamboree, will get special enhancements for a paid price point. Just make some of them just get a 60 FPS patch, and some of them you have to pay money.
The idea
and the value proposition is so much better. But like, now you're not even excited. Because like I gotta spend $450, but on day one at least I will be able to play my extensive library of Nintendo Switch games in higher quality. No,
you have to pay.
Upcharge. You can the Mario Party Jamboree thing. There's a value proposition there.
Yeah, there's something new. Same with the Kirby one.
That is a significant amount of new content. The Kirby thing isn't even about performance enhancement. That's like an expansion pack.
Also,
it's new stuff.
Also, what they could have done, I would have been fine with this.
This is a 7-minute long presentation.
Here's what.
That's a 7-minute long presentation.
Yeah, I know. No, here's all they had to do to make that worth it.
Yes.
To make this worth it.
I'm listening.
Say, okay, both of them are now available at whatever frame rate, right? However, now we're going to have a bundle that you can get both of them for $70 if you miss them somehow. That would have been fine. I would have been okay with that if it was like, no, we're gonna they're both in one package now. Because I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is already just one insane expansion pack for Breath of the Wild. Just release them as one game for $70. I'd be okay with that. The Legend of Zelda Legacy of Hyrule collection.
That's fine. They're probably still gonna do that, dude.
Helping you
They're probably still gonna do that.
They'll do it after this has been out for long enough people buy the expansion pack though. Whoa, look at the load times.
Oh no, this is an extended presentation.
Yeah, this is an extended presentation they put on the site.
This is a 7-minute long presentation. What on earth are they gonna say?
They both support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant.
Because I don't think they showed load times.
Have you noticed that like it looks like Ocarina of Time on 3DS, where when you upscale the frame rate, the walking and like other animations look really stiff?
Bumping, well, that's because the vast majority of animation work on planet Earth is done at 24 to 30 frames per second.
I know.
And then it's interpolated.
I know. It looks like you can tell, is what I'm saying, and it's not quite as overt as it is in Ocarina.
Save data transfer. Do I have to spend money on this? Well, I mean, obviously I have to spend money on it because it's $50.
You don't have to.
Nintendo Switch games, your save data can be carried over.
Yeah, no, you don't have to pay for that.
Previously you had to have a cloud save, which requires the subscription.
Save data files, so feel free to start a new game without worrying about losing your old data.
$15.
$15 for another save file.
Another save file. $15. Well, no, $30. 15 we're lowballing it. It's $30. It's $30.
Yeah. Yes, Dean. They announced that there will be physical Switch 2 cards. They're red now.
Yes. No, Dean. That was what I was saying
You're blue now. That's my attack.
You will be able to go and buy
Let's go over some of the new
$70.
No. We gotta listen up for the Google Maps app. Shush.
Sometimes
we already heard this part.
Shrines you haven't cleared, or
we already heard this part.
Hiding around Hyrule.
They said that in addition to being able to buy a digital upgrade for the games you already own,
listen to Siri.
Josh, we already heard this part.
No.
I'm talking during this part specifically because we've already heard it.
No, this is good.
They said that in addition to digital upgrades, they will be selling Nintendo Switch 2 editions of several games physically. And I was saying specifically, like, some people will just buy the Metroid Switch edition from minute one. They won't buy the Switch 2 edition from minute one. They're like, I have a Switch 2. I'll just go buy the physical version for Switch 2 that's enhanced. I was saying that copies of Breath of the Wild Enhanced Edition physical will rot on the shelves.
My study.
Oh, these are new notes. I was wondering. I was wondering.
Desolate room. How many years?
These are stories that weren't in the original game.
Okay, that's something.
Voice memories can be located using navigation.
Can I just say that
it's not something?
No. Okay. Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
I think that this navigation feature is the most detrimental system to either of these games. The entire point is exploration, and you added Google Maps, and they showed that there is a tracker for every single type of completion percentage, meaning that you can put any type of thing in this navigation app.
That was what I was saying earlier, was that they specifically said to help you find missing Koroks. That was what I was joking about, of like, hey, did you miss some Koroks 7 years ago? Well, and you didn't want to use an internet guide? Well, now you can download the Nintendo Switch app and integrate it with your game, which will definitely work seamlessly. But listen to them sell it here.
It can be tough to locate shrines you haven't cleared or Koroks hiding around Hyrule.
Screw those old features that we had in the game to help you do that.
That's where navigation comes in handy.
Even this like Zelda's Notes thing is someone who did a whole stream where I made arguments about liking this stuff a little bit. Bad, because it's in this.
Stories that weren't in the original.
You have to use this,
and it'll be uploaded to YouTube within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Destination is nearby.
$30 for an app to contain your stuff.
I shudder to think of what would have happened if Link hadn't led everyone here.
Just
Plus,
put in the game.
The Tears of the Kingdom, you won't just hear stories from Princess Zelda.
I'm really glad that...
Oh, look, the other characters will say things as well, so maybe now you'll learn who they are.
I'm really glad that we decided to fix the fact that Tears of the Kingdom had no story by adding it in post. but not even with a DLC.
Ninja Bunny says exactly what I was thinking. This is Wii U levels of incompetency and being high on their own supply.
Like,
yes.
yeah, that's the main point. It's like, yes, there's some decent features, but the Wii U had some decent games. However, it showed that they had no idea what they were doing. That's the main takeaway from this.
When they start, like, they have not figured out phones ever. Like, oh, everybody says we need to be on phones. So they made 4 games. The only one that I think has ever been significantly successful was Fire Emblem Heroes. Well, that's not true. Animal Crossing did well for a little while, but then it kind of fell off.
Yeah.
They made 4 games and then gave up. And then they've made some of the most pointless, undesirable apps in the history of apps, which is saying something. But I guess they're like, well, our shareholders want us to be on phones.
Dean, so I know the PS5 upgrade for PS4 games is $10. You don't understand. This is Nintendo. They are still selling Mario Kart Deluxe at $60.
That game came out in 2014.
2014. It's a 10-year-old game. There is the same distance between that game and now as there is between Wind Waker and that game.
And you can buy Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade regularly for like $20. It goes on sale. You can buy the Kingdom Hearts All-in-One collection regularly.
I got it for $30 on Steam.
For $30. The Nintendo Switch 2 Enhanced Edition upgrades will, and also especially because they're not just frame. This is just a frame rate and a photo editor.
Well, no, and a QR code so you can download someone else's Metal Gear X.
This is the most pathetic one of all of them because the Kirby one's like, hey, new levels. The Mario Kart Jamboree one, new modes, right? Universal.
There's been as long between Double Dash and 8 as there is between 8 and now. I just realized that.
This is
that hurts.
This one is utterly pathetic. The Kirby one, new content.
Yeah.
The Mario Party Jamboree one,
that's fine.
New content. But they will have a standardized price point.
Yeah.
All of these upgrades will cost the same thing.
Yeah.
And if the Kirby one and the Mario Kart Jamboree one cost $15 to $30, then this will cost $15 to $30.
Maybe it includes the content for both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. You only have to pay once. Maybe?
Nintendo Switch 2 editions, Legend of Zelda games, Nintendo Switch 2 editions. This will be 2 separate purchases.
And this app is the justification for we're not making new features for either of these. So how do we justify putting it at the same price point as Kirby and Mario Party? I'm gonna put on my new app, HBO Discovery Plus.
A daily bonus. When you log in every day, you can hit a button and it will randomly give you a power up.
You'll be granted whichever in-game effect it
A
lands
food
on.
item.
So give it a try.
A food.
Or health recovery. Health recovery, which does the same thing as a food item.
But with
compatible.
Oh look, you can use amiibos like how you could before.
When you scan an amiibo 5 times, you'll
this
get
is like
bonus use of that amiibo that you could normally only scan once.
Oh wow, you can scan the amiibo again. This is a sad sack of shit right here.
That, man, is the same game that was released 3 years ago.
Oh, look at those boxes.
Oh, they look...
That's the ugliest shit I've ever seen.
It's not even symmetrical.
You can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Hey, to
separate
quote...
purchases.
No, to quote Jeff Keighley, that, man, is the same game that was released 3 years ago. It's not the same game.
It is the same game.
It's not the same content, says Reggie.
Hold on.
You can upgrade to Nintendo
Except they're doing it with their own games now.
Purchasing upgrade packs.
Give me a price point on your
Or
upgrade
access
packs.
the upgrade packs at no additional cost with a paid Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion.
Oh.
There it is.
It's to sell online
there
subscriptions.
It is.
It's to sell online subscriptions.
Well, why didn't... Well, no, because plenty of people already have those. Plenty of people already have those. Why didn't they say that during the presentation that millions of people watched?
Oh my god.
Did we miss that?
No,
They just didn't say that, did they?
They didn't say that.
Well, hold on. Maybe these are included, but Kerbo and Jamboree won't be included, so they couldn't make that statement.
That's what it's going to be.
packs at no additional cost with a paid Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack membership.
Do I lose my enhancement if my subscription lapses?
Figures will also be available. If you scan them in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you might receive a paraglider fabric.
You might. Maybe.
When
will this amiibo drop? When will this amiibo drop a parasail fabric? Maybe.
Yeah. Is this one also included in online? Because then this becomes a good deal if all of these are included in online. It's not even at launch. I didn't even register that because this was before they announced the console drop.
No, this was after.
No, this was before.
This
was before.
Star-Crossed World is mid-launch.
It's not. It's 4 months after launch.
Star-Crossed World isn't in launch.
This is bad. I'm sorry. You cannot convince me this is good. This is really bad.
Switch 2 system.
Mario Kart will be fun.
Mario Kart will be very fun.
Hey,
I'm looking forward to Mario Kart.
Let's analyze this Mario Kart trailer.
Please look forward to Mario Kart with Nabbit in it.
Let's enjoy Mario Kart.
Yeah, let's just watch the Mario Kart trailer. Remind myself what fun looks like.
Nintendo shoots themselves in the foot so much they look like Fire Emblem Awakening character models, says Ninja Bunny.
Damn.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Now she isn't a dress on a motorcycle, but she can put on. Everybody has different costumes now, and look, it's All-Star Racing transformed.
Yeah.
That's a Donkey Kong map. There's a big look at that. There's big. Look at that. See, it's like Donkey Kong. It's like a reverse Waluigi's pinball.
Yeah.
What are some of the fun? There's like a rocket back there.
Yeah. This looks cool.
There's like a rocket.
This looks
something.
cool.
Koopa Construction. There's a bank something over there.
The Mario Kart TV tower.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
High quality, you can trust.
Koopa Construction, yeah, absolutely. Accelerate the fun with something dash. Are they gonna bring back the the Mercedes-Benz tie-in?
Do you think that the deluxe edition that comes with the game is going to cost $50 more, like it did on Wii U?
I think it'll cost $70 more.
So because if that's the case, we get above $500. That's what's crazy about this. There is a chance because they did it with Wii U. They did it where to even get Nintendo Land you had to pay an extra $50.
Yeah.
If they do it with this, it's $500.
Well, I mean, they're not going to sell it with Josh. Like the Wii Sports pack-in was a one-time thing. They didn't even do that in Japan. $50 is an acceptable low-end buy-in.
I'm just saying to get a new game for this console, to get the one thing that's worth buying this console, it's a $500 console.
It's a haunted film reel level.
Yeah, that's cool.
He did a little bit. Okay, so that was just a jump that he did off.
Yeah, no, so I'm gonna guess it's just you hit the shoulder buttons in certain parts of the map. I hope that doesn't. No, you have the back buttons on the triggers now. It's probably like there's a different button for this. It's just like if you're close enough, you can start rail grinding.
And that Shy Guy Bazaar from 3DS, which was originally a nighttime stage, but now just the daytime can change, so probably the original aesthetics are also new. Doing some kind of wall jumping, like we got
the Moo Moo Meadows. I'm so glad the Moo Moo is now a driver. That's funny.
He's riding on a boombox motorcycle.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a good motorcycle design.
Fuzzy batteries. That's a good one because fuzzies are always electrified.
That one was an 8.
No, but the fact that there are advertisements on the cars that aren't like specific to the character, I actually like. Like fuzzy batteries is good.
I wonder if these are like customized stickers or if they're
Bully Steel
to the models. Bully Steel also, I believe, was an 8.
These are good names.
A lot of these sponsorships were in 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder because some of these have like stickers on them and some of them don't. I wonder if that's a customization option, or if just some of them have stickers and some don't. What's that up there? That you see that gold that gold pickup up there.
I wonder if they're introducing like comet medal type things, like just collectibles that open up new levels.
This is Mac is gonna give Lightning a little lift to the race here, and he transforms into
American Mario.
Oh, I guess those gold bags are takeout food.
Yeah.
Those gold bags are takeout food for the road, and I guess
I brought some sandwiches for the road.
I guess you're hella gay, bro. I guess these are like, I guess on your long road trip, eventually while you're driving, after like 3 races, Mario goes, I'm a hungry, I need some chicken nuggies, and then you got to get some food, or else he just dies on the track.
That would be really funny if Mario just went into a coma on the track.
Yeah, and he takes on the local appearance, and he eats the local cuisine. Why, I wonder? Why does he take on the local appearance and he eats the local cuisine?
Yeah, so it does look like it's map specific.
I don't know, maybe.
No, that's what it looks like, because it was Peach transformed into looking like Truck Stop Peach on the same map.
I understand that. Got a bunch of like Donkey Kong barrels on the as like a vehicle that you can drive in the back of.
Yeah, because it'll launch you. Yeah, that's cool.
Got some kind of sandworm.
Yeah, you gotta get that.
Oh, hold on, that looks like that's a new item. Is a Magic Koopa will go and attack people.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Mario look happy.
There's a stained glass like the cover of her mansion, but it's in her motorcycle racing outfit. On looks like probably the Peach Castle.
Yeah, it's Royal Raceway. You can see it in the background.
That's the Royal Raceway for this game.
Yeah, Peach Stadium.
Look at that. That's pretty cool.
That's a cool looking map.
Weaving in and out of her castle.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's a cool map.
Yeah, it looks good.
We're just gonna keep watching this so we can feel positive for a few minutes.
A brand new entry from the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively.
See, I went into this like very, very hopeful. Like, and this is why I know I'm not like oh, it's actually good and I'm just being an ass, because it's like, no, that was bad, right?
I went into it a hopeful exclusively because I was thinking about maximizing value to shareholders. That was exclusively it. When Donkey Kong showed up, I was like, okay, well, there's no 3D Mario because obviously that's replacing that. But despite you predicting that, despite Kyle Bosman predicting it, I really thought they would not do that. I really thought they would just keep making. They would make a new 3D Mario.
No. I think his thing about there was a new art style for Donkey Kong. That was the thing where I was like, he's probably right. The only reason to do that is if to tie him with something else.
Yeah, I'll pay $520 for this game, says Ninja Bunny.
Yeah, no, this is looking like I buy this game when the FromSoft game comes out after the console got a $100 price reduction, and I get this Donkey Kong and the FromSoft game. That's all I ever get on this console. Well, because I'm gonna buy Metroid on Switch 1. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Look at the glow up to Moo Moo Meadows here. It says Moo Moo Meadows. It looks like it might even be the same track layout.
It looks good.
But now they've capitalized. This has become such a popular legendary racing course that they've put up a giant statue to a motorcycle.
Oh, cow. This is our new god. This is our new sacred cow.
Well, this is like, I mean, a lot of racing games will do like, a really large map that you can weave a number of different courses through. Like, the Need for Speed games are all open world and they're structured that way. Freaking the Chocobo races in FF7R
I will
were
say,
kind of like that.
Elimination races where you just go straight from one race to the other to the other.
Oh, that's good.
No, and I do like that. It's like, no, it's almost like at the start of like a. I mean, they do it at the start of like a lot of types of races, but like at a NASCAR race, where you have everyone like starts on like a restart where you're just kind of driving, but you're not really racing, right? And then that's how you start the next race. I like that. You drive to the next race, but there's a little bit of free roam map in between it, so there's the what's it called? Just the interlude between tracks where it shows the scores and stuff is just the 20 seconds of diegetically actually driving to the next track. I actually like that.
Yoshi's Drink. Dean asks if they're bringing back Link, Isabelle, and the Inklings. I would
DLC.
say yes in wave 1 of DLC.
Yeah, there will be a Zelda island, and there will be an Animal Crossing island.
I think that we are going to see, because I'm sure that expansion pack made a ton of money, and the 2 DLCs they did on Wii U made as much money as a Wii U DLC could. I think that they were not positioned to release DLC on anything resembling a regular cadence previously.
Hey,
but I
Ninja
think
Bunny,
they
that's what I
probably
said
will
about
this
an hour
time.
ago.
I think they are I think they are definitely going to release DLC on a slightly more regular cadence, and then you're going to see this become Smash Kart.
You can also freely drive around this.
I will say I like the idea of the first DLC being a Zelda island that has 4 tracks that you diegetically go between. That's really cool. You have a Hyrule Castle one, you have a Goron one, you have a Sora one, and you have a Gerudo Valley one. That's really cool. That would be awesome. I would love that. I would buy that in a heartbeat. I don't care if it's $30. Like, because that would be really cool to drive around in. And that's why, I mean, yeah, this game looks like it's going to be well worth the money. It's just too bad that you have to buy a $450 console for it.
Girls' night.
Photos together.
Brat Summer.
Shut up. Freaking hate you. Yeah, Dino Jump. I'm so happy. It's a good track. I want them to put Wario Coliseum back in. I know people hate that course. I love that course. That course is awesome.
I think that Wario Coliseum does not fit with the with what's going on design-wise with this game at all.
I don't care.
There's a Ice Kingdom being emphasized for 2 reasons. Number 1, Frozen is very successful. Number 2, there was an Ice Kingdom at the beginning of the movie, which was a playable penguin over there in the water on a like a 4-wheeler next to Daisy on a jet ski, and looks like some kind of swimsuit. So I will be buying this game day 1.
What is wrong with you? The frick is wrong with you? Oh, but Goomba's a playable character. Like, we're actually so bad.
I see Goomba playable
Goomba's
character,
actually
yes.
like, no, I'm playing Goomba every time. I want to go into online and smoke people as a Goomba. That is my dream in this game.
And Buzzy Beetle is playable character next to King Boo there. There's two Goombas jumping through right now.
Was that like a Paragoomba maybe?
No. I think it's just 2 Goombas because they got just because, you know, there's
Legends.
lots of Goombas. There are many of them. And Donkey Kong has a burger.
He does.
He said, "Arrgh." He said, "Arrgh."
No, he's gonna do the Seth Rogen laugh. No, playable Goomba is the actual selling point of this game. How's he gonna drive? I want him to run on the steering wheel.
He's probably using his feet.
I really want him to run on the steering wheel.
It looks like his feet are up against the wheel.
It looks like his feet are up against the wheel, and I really want it to be there's a little animation. It doesn't need to be like he turns sideways, but I want to have him running on the wheel.
Hold on, both of those Goombas are on like a tiny little non-cart. Those might be generic mobs that populate the map, not playable characters.
If Goomba's not playable, I refund.
Let's analyze.
No. We're not. No, it's fine. Who cares?
Let's search for Goomba.
No, it's fine.
I'm searching for Goomba.
Stop looking for Goomba.
Goomba search.
Goomba
Lakitu's playable. I saw Lakitu there.
Well, Lakitu was playable in 7.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Where could he be? Where could that Goomba be?
Where Goomba?
Where Goomba?
Where Donkey? Yeah, put on some Moosak.
What time do you need to get out of here?
I probably need to make breakfast. So and then I need to get to work. So probably like 20 minutes, and then I gotta go.
There's a okay. I don't know. I'm split on whether or not these are gonna be tracks, but I assume they're just gonna be, you can customize them however you want. Because Koopa back there is not wearing like a regional outfit. He's wearing like a headset and a trucker hat.
Well, but this, I mean, oh yeah, this is like a Delfino track too, so I don't know. No pink gold peach. No
I like this little flying carpet cart.
Yeah, no, yeah, I saw Daisy using that one too. Yeah, it's a good looking cart.
I love this.
The boombox cart is really good.
Mainly, I just love that the cow is in
Yes,
this.
he's like, yes. Chonk.
Hammer Bro specifically.
Yeah, the fact that Hammer Bro makes me think that Goomba's probably playable.
There's a lot. If Hammer Bro and Koopa are in this as separate guests, or hold on, if there are character unique power-ups back, maybe Koopa becomes Hammer Bro by getting his character specific power.
Or you can just get a power-up that transforms you into a Mario enemy for a bit, and it gives you special powers.
No, because we're definitely seeing Koopa and Lakitu like as normal playable characters in this. Right. But that
Where's
makes
my Goomba representation?
Having a separate Hammer Bro and Koopa characters, that seems excessive. So that makes me think even more that we might be back on unique, because that's
and there's going to be Goomba.
Yeah, there could be
if there's this many.
Specifically, it just makes me think more about there could be unique character power-ups back.
I can't believe Peach diverted all those rivers to build herself a star lake. What a freaking.
No, that's naturally occurring.
Okay.
That's naturally occurring.
Okay. Tell that to all the farmers whose fields went fallow because they couldn't irrigate them properly because Peach needed to build a giant star lake for her freaking Mario parties.
I see 3 desert zones.
No.
I see 3 desert zones.
No.
So that's interesting.
No, one's gonna be a savanna. One's gonna be like Great Plainsy.
Obviously. We have sandy desert. We have savanna.
We have Arizona.
And we have
Savannah.
Arizona. Yes. Yeah. So there are 3 flavors of desert.
And there's Rainbow Road over there. It's past the ice zone.
There's definitely a Rainbow Road leading to a floating structure. I don't know if that is Rainbow Road though, because it looks like it's leading. It looks like a Rainbow Road is leading to an island. Some kind of tiny island over there. Looks like it might have an airport on it. That might be the Delfino Airport. Is back.
It would look like
that might be Delfino Island. Like
it doesn't look like a dolphin though.
Kind of. It's kind of got a bit of that curve, and then the airport's stapled onto it. That's what is that? What's that map called? It was in 8. It's like it's an island where you like kind of hop between different sandbanks. It's like cheap. It's not. I think it might be cheap beach.
Yeah, it's cheap beach.
What that looks like. I mean, it might not necessarily literally be that track, but it kind of reminds me of that. Something funky going on over here. Looks like a bunch of tankers that are like stuck.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
this looks fun.
A little oasis.
This looks really fun.
That might be some kind of airship. Got some kind of jungle.
Oh yeah, it's Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it's Donkey Kong.
You need to have Donkey Kong jungles and everything right now because new theme park. And that was the other reason I was like I knew there was going to be a Donkey Kong game was because theme park.
I didn't.
No one. Children aren't that into Donkey Kong.
I know.
You need to get them into Donkey Kong.
I know, but Nintendo doesn't think normal. Their brain is special. Oh, there's a crab. There's a crab playable character. There's a bee playable character. There's a pink. Okay, this is the best shot we've got of all the playable characters. There's a bee. There's a crab. There's a buzzy beetle. There's an
There's a cheap sheep.
There's a mole. There is a spike. There is a
Nabbit.
Penguin. I already counted Nabbit. This is good. That's an absurd.
This is a really good roster.
Absolutely absurd.
And not a Koopaling in sight.
Not a Koopaling in sight. Thank God. I mean, I'm sure they have player data on who plays as who, and they realize nobody ever plays as Koopas.
Moss Eisley Spaceport.
The Mario Bros. Circuit is out in the desert. The Whistle Stop Summit, DK Spaceport. That was the thing we saw earlier. The Crown City. Some kind of advertisement for Peach going on vacation.
Yeah, that's the port town.
Yeah, obviously. Well, yeah, there's a port town and then back out in the desert, and then to Donkey
Okay, and
Kong.
then next one. Yeah, let's see how many tracks we can see here. Okay.
Wario Stadium, Airship Fortress, Shy Guy Bazaar, Desert Hills. So they're mixing retro tracks with new tracks.
Yeah.
They're not
Good.
separate trees anymore. DK Pass.
Yeah, that's a retro track.
Starview Peak. DK Pass isn't a there's been a similarly
DK
themed
Summit.
track.
My bad. Yeah, it's DK
Pass
Summit.
That's what we saw with multiple different tracks going down. Starview Peak, is that the...
That's the weird looking Rainbow Road one I was mentioning.
No, that's the one that's...
oh no, that's Sky High Sunday is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Wario Shipyard.
Sky High Sunday was introduced. I'm pretty sure that was one of the new things in the...
That wasn't the name of it.
Okay, maybe not then. I was gonna say in the DLC. Wario Shipyard is from 8. Starview Peak. No, because Ice Planet is the one from 7 that I'm thinking of.
Ice Planet?
Yeah.
It wasn't called Ice Planet.
I'm pretty sure it was literally just called Ice Planet.
Okay.
It was just
Koopa Beach. There's something about Koopa Beach. It's back again, baby.
Coming back. Something about Koopa Beach. Faraway Oasis. Crown City again, but from a different angle. All right, so that's yes.
Huh.
We're definitely gonna be returning to the same locations over and over again from different angles.
Okay.
And Peach Stadium. No, that's kind of what I was saying. Is like that's the advantage of having this large.
I guess.
Map.
Yeah,
structure
yeah. You can have 2 tracks in the same map.
In the same area,
that's kind of cool.
You can reuse assets, but have a totally different.
Yeah. Okay, this is a new one. Oh, this is a Golden Rally, so this is more
different. That's not a pre.
Oh no. So the elimination races are different tracks,
separate
and it's mostly going to be straightaways.
It might.
It's going to be mostly straightaways.
It's probably going to be completely seamless. Like you don't even load.
Yes, and it's going to be mostly straightaways and item based.
Yeah, and,
for elimination.
And because of that, it's going to be different tracks because it's going to be less switching.
I bet you it's going to be more item drops too. It's going to be a more like hectic game mode because the track itself is not the game as much because this is just this is the locales. It's not actual tracks.
Yeah, driving straight through Peach's castle and on to the Crown City.
Yeah, so they're actually utilizing the fact that you're gonna have a lot of straightaways. You're gonna have a lot of cars on the road. That's where you're gonna have like the obstacles showing up on the road, like spike balls and stuff like that. And you're also gonna have probably higher amounts of item drops.
Yeah. Koopa Hotel.
No, adding in an elimination game mode that like has actual pre's associated with it is really cool to spice up the main game.
It'll be long.
Yeah, this is going to have a lot of content. This is good.
What does a P block do in this context? What's that P block do, I wonder?
Probably adds like new ramps and stuff.
Yeah.
Ramps spawn in.
Uh-huh.
And rails maybe.
She's going on a little safari in her little toy. Look, she's in a little Tonka. She's in a little Tonka toy like bulldozer.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a grind rail on the back of that
that's
guy,
cool.
that Shy Guy's
That's
truck.
Cool. That's a grind pipe. Come on. Wario's in a chic outfit.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. I can show you the wah.
All video games must eventually go open world.
Oh, no.
Hold on. There's something first place shipping. Blue shell shipping up in the top left. Yeah. First place. Oh, shopping. Excuse me. First place shopping.
That's still pretty good. I think shipping would have been better, but
because it'll get straight
get straight to you. Priority. Stop.
No. I'm looking at the stickers on their cars. These are definitely customizable.
Yeah, of course.
You are definitely putting custom stickers.
That's cool. That's a cool customization detail.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And it's probably not per character. It's probably per cart.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it is. I'm sure you're making custom decals.
Yeah, that's
for
cool.
Every vehicle.
I hope they don't have stats. I hope it's entirely aesthetic.
I'm sure that like your wheels and bodies still will, but no, the stickers and stuff probably won't do anything. This is good.
Or actually, I'm noticing all the wheels look standard. They might have gotten rid of wheels and instead it's decal based.
No, the wheels are not standard. That guy's got weird he's got weird off-terrain wheels, off-road wheels there. No, they still got wheels.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
No, they're different even there. Look, Peach has very narrow little
you're right, the
slats.
treads are
Daisy has
different.
wide ones,
But
she's got curvy ones.
But that might be card associated.
No.
I think I might be right on that.
Nope. They're still heavily customizable. Okay. They're still heavily customizable. It's gonna be too much and unfun. Just like the last one.
Shut up. It was not too much and unfun in the last one.
I think you should just have a card and it should do what it does. And I think having to worry about min-maxing your card is stupid.
I mean, I agree that min-maxing it is a problem, but at the same, because it always just leads to having the exact same one. But I mean, you have that problem with carts as well, like with just carts, like how the freaking flame bike in Wii is like the only Funky Kong and the flame cart are like the only ones people use in Wii.
No glider customization because they're planes now. Yeah, but probably
Disney's planes.
But I assume that like when you make a decal for one of these things, you have to make a decal for the transformations.
Probably.
Too. Can't wait for Goombella to get.
I really like the amount of Stormblood music on this stream. It's making me happy.
I just hit shuffle on the playlist that I have for streams, which I had to delete a bunch of stuff from recently because some stuff that I used to use.
Yeah, the Freddy Fish stuff.
It's whatever. You You just.
There's a treehouse for Silksong. Good for them.
What?
Yeah, that's what the thing for treehouse. The image was Silksong. That was the thing it was showing. It's not coming up anymore, but that's what it was showing. That's the thing that's live right now, or it was.
No. There's not.
What?
No.
There was a thing for Silksong I saw that said treehouse on it.
No, the treehouse isn't until tomorrow.
Oh. That was terrible, by the way. Can I just say that?
It wasn't good.
That was bad.
It was bad. It was cringe, and it was embarrassing.
I don't know about embarrassing, but it was bad.
I want to see if this is fixed.
You already passed it.
No, I'm just looking.
Yeah, it's fixed.
It's fixed.
It's fixed.
Yeah, and the stream's gone. The actual live
Yeah,
stream
they deleted
of it is
it.
gone.
Yeah, they deleted it because it was bad.
Vanished.
Because they realized because someone from Square called someone from CD Projekt Red and Square called them and was like, "What did you
They didn't
do?"
need a call. They knew it happened. They were all watching it. There was a big watch party at Nintendo headquarters, and they were all
And
celebrating,
they
and
went,
then that
"Oh,
happened.
no!"
And their days, everybody working in that office, their entire week is like ruined because of that.
Mr. Miyamoto is very
This
upset.
has been months of prep,
Yeah.
and then that happened, and they're all having a bad day.
Yeah.
They all feel terrible right now. And they should. I'm just kidding.
Okay, that was underwhelming. It was fine, but it was just not very good.
No, it was bad.
What, you don't like your handy-capable
Pay me
wheelchair
60
basketball game that looks like it would play way better on controller?
Pay me for 60 FPS Zelda and use your mice and then lift them to do this to wheel around.
That looked like it played horribly. The fact that that's the mouse game they did, not an RTS, is insane.
No.
The fact that it wasn't like a Fire Emblem branded RTS is actually insane.
No Kirby Air Riders gameplay. If you want to enjoy... Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
What?
Because I was lying when I said these upgrades will be $15 to $30.
Have a good one, Dean.
$20 to $30. See you later, Dean. I was lying when I said that.
Yeah.
Because Jamboree TV will also require you to buy the camera. And
Yeah.
it'll require your friends to buy the
Yes.
camera.
Yes.
So
Did you not realize that?
No, I realized it at the time, but I was still talking about pay money for 60 frames per second.
It did say that you could system link it.
Yeah, I
So
know.
theoretically, you could all play on
In the same room you could, yes, but that was all about online play.
Yeah, I know. You could probably just disable certain mini games though.
So let's assume that is... No, Joshua, Jamboree TV. It's all about iToy stuff. That entire expansion
right.
is just built around the camera.
And it's just to sell the camera.
And that camera is going to cost $50 minimum. The expansion is going to cost $15 to $30. Listen, 15 is realistic. Like Dean was talking about a $10 upgrade or whatever.
That would be reasonable.
15 is what I would expect for new content from anybody else. It will be $30 from these guys. And $50 for the camera. And game is still $70, I'm pretty sure. And $450
I know for sure
for
Forgotten World is still like $60.
$450 for the new system, please.
That price point's bad.
Again, you would not get sticker shock from it if you didn't have to pay money for 60 frames per
The
second.
other thing is that big of a purchase right now, like in today's in this economy now.
In this
and
economy?
No, that size of purchase screams holiday market, right?
Yeah.
Usually, when you launch a console with that high of a price, you need to launch it.
I don't know if like that's
in the holiday window.
Sure.
That's usually the only time that families are going to make that big of a purchase for something like this.
Well, that's fine because it gives it an onboarding ramp for the holiday season.
When you realize that the Switch One was 33% less, I know inflation's a thing.
Joshua,
but
releasing it in June gives all of those kids time to get excited for Christmas as their rich friends are all playing Mario Kart World without them. Okay? It's fine. This is normal. You have an onboarding ramp leading up to the holiday season to iron out a few kinks, to make sure that there were no catastrophic failures in production, to get a few games on the system, to get some adoption, to get buzz. It's fine. Totally normal to... what the heck? Nintendo Switch Online overview trailer. This is ancient.
Yeah.
Why was this uploaded 4 days ago?
To remind people. No, this is a new trailer.
More features.
See, it's more.
Nintendo.
It's just we're gonna use half the same animation.
Of course, you can play compatible games.
You know the law, Toad!
So both of
Oh no, this is the exact same thing. This is the exact same thing. Why was this from 4 days ago?
check Nintendo.
Oh, they updated the special offers because this was previously nothing.
What are they? Check Nintendo. Members will also receive.
This is the same video from 8 years ago, except where previously special offers was nothing. Now it's the game voucher program, which I'm pretty sure the game voucher program works even without Nintendo Switch Online.
It does.
For more information.
A Nook Ink Silk Rug. You can get a Nook Ink Silk
In
Rug.
game.
And game trials. I downloaded a demo on my Nintendo Switch a few days ago without this.
Nintendo.
What are the comments on this?
Think about-
Annual tradition that Nintendo shows this trailer every year. Nintendo, this is the 7th week in a row you re-uploaded your Switch Online trailer. The memes write themselves. Sheen, this is the 5th time you brought Nintendo Switch Online over your trailer to pass. I have to teach you this lesson. Running gag never gets old. Nintendo Switch Online is so good it needed to be remade twice. Wow, I've never seen Nintendo Switch Online before. Me when I need to edit my work, but I already turned it into the teacher. Surely this time they'll stop mass disliking it. Hey, I've seen this one before. This is a classic.
This is a classic. What are you talking about? This is brand new.
Nintendo Switch Online, Nintendo Switch parental controls for Nintendo Switch 2. They showed this for like
A
5
month ago.
seconds, and then
Oh, a minute ago. This was uploaded a minute
yes, I know.
ago.
They're just cranking them out. This is fresh new content.
We need to stop this stream.
And what kind of games is my child playing?
This is also the same animation, except the
He's
asset.
playing Bayonetta.
He's playing Bayonetta 3. It's got the booby filter.
Oh my god.
This is, so far, still the same animations as before, except they swapped out the asset on the Switch.
But sometimes it can be a source of friction. Up. Just set an
Okay, well, hold on. They changed the game. He's now playing a new game.
time is up, even when they're busy leading the pack and dodging bananas.
They didn't even change the voiceover. They just changed it to be the new Mario Kart. That's the one edit. Oh, and now it's a Nintendo Switch
that's
2.
What I said.
Yeah.
They changed the asset. Yeah, they changed the asset.
That he's not following the rules.
Okay, now it's in the app, which I don't think existed at the time.
Following the rules.
Why would you set a different amount of time for Wednesday and Tuesday?
Because different amounts of homework.
Yeah, but usually that doesn't follow a weekly
don't
structure.
have church on Wednesday. We have church on Wednesday. You know, a lot of people go to church on Wednesday.
I guess you're right. Like baseball practice is on Tuesdays.
Oh, they changed the boxes to be the
Okay,
ugly new boxes.
Those boxes are,
Those are
horrible.
Hideous, by the way. Utterly hideous. Terrible.
Spent playing which game? You'll get a report showing how much time your child spent playing which games.
I need to take those away from him. He loves those games more than me.
He should be playing more Thousand Year Door. His copy of Mario Kart is going to mysteriously go missing until he completes Twilight Town.
Oh my gosh.
Then he will understand
Then
what
you will
good
understand what
games
good
are.
games are.
As well as manage communications with others.
You're not allowed to game chat with Mario, you traitor.
Parental controls.
All right, they changed the assets for what the app looks like, and they changed and they changed the models.
We need to. It's time to stop. We must. Oh yeah, I forgot a new Hyrule Warriors.
Nah, I hadn't forgotten about that. That also was really
I forgot about it. I love how the only characters we showed were Zelda and a bunch of either people in masks or people with no character.
No, Johnny Games. Bowser would like his son playing Princess Peach Showtime because it's him, getting to bond with his mom even though she's not here.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard being a single parent.
He's not even the villain of that game.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so no, he would love his son playing that game.
Yeah.
He's playing Devil's Third Remastered Switch 2 Edition. Stop him!
I don't know why you'd want to stop him from playing Hidagaki's magnum opus.
Stop him from playing Peak.
Okay. We need to stop this.
Go. Get out of here. I'm gonna say goodbye to folks in chat, but you go do whatever you need to do. You go make food, you go do whatever you need to do to get out of here. I'm just gonna talk to people for a few more minutes.
This is the beginning of my Joker phase.
Let's see if Joey texted me. No, he did not. I got a text from somebody else. I'm gonna just go ahead and text Joey.
Just tell him about the FromSoft game.
No, I just texted that was dog. With dog in all caps.
To quote a 15-year-old YouTube video, I thought to myself while eating cereal, what says Christmas more than reusing old material? What says Nintendo more than reusing old games?
Devil's Third is the last game stuck on the Wii U. There's still a couple games stuck over there. Joshua just said Star Fox Zero, but I think Star Fox Zero is always stuck. I don't think it's ever going to be revived. Now that the best open world game ever is off the Wii U, it is true. Xenoblade Chronicles X is now free. There are a couple of other games still trapped over there. Nintendo Land is trapped there. The Zelda HD redos are still trapped there. There's one or two other items still trapped there. Devil's Third is on the list of items trapped there. There are more items trapped on the Wii U than there are items trapped on the Xbox One. There are more games still exclusive to the Wii U with no ports or anything than there are games that were ever exclusive to the Xbox One. A Wii U is a better gaming investment in the year 2025 than an Xbox One. Nintendo will release Star Fox in the Shadow Realm? Yeah. Star Fox is, I think they see it as an utterly radioactive IP at this point. Josh and I were talking the other night about what films or TV shows or whatever they'll do following the success of Mario and the presumed success of Zelda, and Joshua was talking about Star Fox makes a lot of sense, and I agree that Star Fox makes sense to make a movie out of, and I think it would probably do pretty well, actually, if it was good. Probably would do well even if it wasn't that good. But I think at Nintendo, they see Star Fox as utterly toxic. Completely nuclear. So that will not happen. There will, however, be an Animal Crossing limited event series on Netflix. Probably a Kirby series as well. I don't know if you could do a Kirby feature. I guess you could, but Kirby would have to talk. He'd have to be a character. Well, he is a character. You know what I mean. No, more Mario, more Zelda. Animal Crossing is the other most valuable IP in terms of number of users and thus what they'll want to jump on first. There will be an Animal Crossing streaming series, not a movie. There was that OVA, which was kind of like a short film years ago for Animal Crossing. Also, they will waste $10 to $20 million in pre-production on a Pikmin movie, and they'll figure out this isn't going to work. But they'll waste $10 to $20 million on it in pre-production. It'll be very funny when we find out about it, 5-10 years later. No, the Kirby movie's just like the anime, says Johnny Games. Certainly possible. I don't think they would go that direction. Unfortunately, I think Nintendo's kind of doing what I think I watching the Mario movie, you get the impression that they were starstruck to be working with, wow, a real Hollywood studio. Wow, guys, it's crazy. And I feel like whatever Kirby will be like. It'll be Kirby Evolution, okay? It'll be Kirby live action Cowboy Bebop. It will be utterly detached from the actual IP and the things that you like about the IP, because it'll be pitched by Blue Sky Animation, and John Lasseter will be in charge of it, okay? He loves the character of Kirby so much because he similarly cannot stop sucking. I meant sucking. It was funny because you could use sucking in terms of he sucks, or you could use it in terms of like, sexual harassment. These are funny jokes. Kirby is widely played, but I think it is hard to adapt, so it's not high on my list. I feel like Animal Crossing is the most likely one. Also, Pokemon, obviously a completely different ecosystem, you know. The anime movies, Pokemon Detective, Pokemon Concierge, Pokemon will roll on and do it something. We're talking about the other Nintendo IPs. Quiet Man. I assume you meant Quiet Man Kirby crossover. Open world Kirby movie video game hybrid. Yeah, Quiet Man. I get it because he doesn't talk, right? I understood why you went there, not just because it was an FMV game. Fire Emblem series seems obvious. That is the other one that Joshua and I talked about as seemingly a very likely candidate. Fire Emblem anime series seems like a no-brainer to me. I feel like they will hear... Someone at Nintendo will have to sit through an extremely ill-advised pitch for a live-action Fire Emblem movie or series. But I pray it won't get very far, and they'll just make an animated thing. But similarly, Fire Emblem, also a big contender. Lots of players, and actually lends itself to telling a linear narrative in 90 minutes to a limited series, either one. That's why I bought 60 Wii U's, said Ninja Bunny. I've thought about buying a second Wii U. To have one that's just normal and sitting there and works, and the other one is jailbroken. And can run GameCube games at 60 FPS. Which the Nintendo Switch 2 probably won't be able to do. Game of Thrones Fire Emblem crossover? More likely than you might think. Made a really bad OVA in the 90s. Talking about Fire Emblem? There's a Fire Emblem OVA?
Yeah, there is.
Didn't know about that. Or if I did, I forgot about it.
I've never seen it, but yeah. Also...
I've learned and forgotten so many things over the years. It's a big world out there.
The fact that they added Vice to this console...
And didn't.
And the first thing they didn't do was a Fire Emblem RTS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is insanity. Or a Pikmin... Or even show Pikmin 4 using mouse controls.
Yeah. That's what...
So you can play like an actual RTS.
Yeah, could have done a... Nah.
Sorry for like screaming from the corner like a freaking old man in the
Yeah, I don't know if they can even hear you. Joshua was saying, why don't you show Fire Emblem with mouse controls, or even Pikmin 4 with mouse controls?
Fire Emblem RTS.
Fire Emblem RTS, sure. Well, I think the thing is that for like a full-bodied game, they want the mouse to be an option, not a requirement. Which is why the paraplegic basketball is like a little sideshow with assets that, you know, a student made in Blender in an afternoon. Anyway. I can hear him, says Johnny Games. Alrighty. Well, I'm glad you guys can hear him.
Yippee. All this enlightening commentary.
Vesperia Saga uses a mouse, and it's really good. Or an FPS or an MMO even. An MMO from Nintendo? No. An FPS, I mean, they showed Metroid, and they said, hey, and it works with mouse controls. You know, if you buy it for your normal Switch, you're gonna have to pay $15 to $30 later to get those mouse controls. But that's fine, because the game doesn't come out until this fall, and by then, maybe there will be software on the Nintendo Switch too.
I think I'd rather play Metroid Prime 4 for $70 rather than $520. So, yeah, I'm not going to be using my mouse controls for that. Simple as.
Mm-hmm.
Metroid Prime 4 was announced at the release for the Switch. Remember that?
What?
Metroid
Metroid Prime
Prime 4.
4 was, in fact, announced at the reveal of the Nintendo Switch.
And
You're
it's-
correct. Yes. Yes,
They
it was
didn't
announced at
do that with
E3.
Zelda.
They didn't do that with
It wasn't
Zelda.
even a Breath of the Wild thing. I know there was a teaser. Like, there was, we can show that there's an inventory screen, but it was a different engine. It was a different game.
Well, no, that was way before. I wouldn't count that. No, because my Prime showed up at the same E3 where Breath of the Wild was big shown off, right? Am I crazy? They're both shown off at E3 like the year. No.
Prime 4 was the release trailer for the Switch, I'm pretty sure.
No, because I mean the announcement trailer for the Switch was just like a bunch of sexy 20-somethings having a block party and playing basketball video games at the basketball court.
Oh yeah.
No, the Prime was at the Direct later alongside Zelda, but no, Metroid Prime 4 was in fact announced the same time as significant information about Switch was released.
What are they doing?
Well, I mean, I know what happened with that one was they said we don't need those sons of bitches at Retro to design this game. We can figure it out, and then they couldn't. I mean, that's what happened with that one was they said we can do it, and then they couldn't, and then they handed it over to Retro.
Does not know how to make an FPS.
That's correct. Local Japanese man does not know how to make an FPS. And then whatever Retro was making, Star Fox Grand Prix or a Donkey Kong game or whatever it was, got canceled.
It was Grand Prix. Those rumors were too intense. That's what it was. They were probably still in just getting out of pre-production, but I think it was Grand Prix.
I blanked out. Metroid Prime 4 still got no release date. I believe that's correct. I believe it's just 2025.
Really?
But let's find out.
That doesn't make any sense.
Let's find out.
If it's going to be on both systems, make it a launch title.
No, it's definitely not a launch title. Yeah, it's still 2025.
How?
Unless they dropped a release date during that presentation, which I don't think they did. Let's go check. I can't believe this little pack-in learn about the Nintendo Switch 2 is a paid game.
It'll probably cost $5. It's still $5.
Astrobot just won Game of the Year, and the first one was Astro's Playroom was free with your PlayStation 5, and it was like a fifth the size of the full retail game. A paid digital-only game. I like that they even put as a paid digital-only game like in the little blurb just to make sure you understand.
You have to pay for it.
You will have to pay for this. Don't make no mistake. You will pay. You will dig deep into your grundle and you will find money.
In the words of Angry Joe, you need to give us more money.
You need to give us more money. Let's see if there's a release date buried and I missed it.
You know what's really
because they
funny?
announced stuff so weird.
I still cannot believe that they messed up Cyberpunk and
Yeah. Again, I think YouTube did that.
I know, but it's like
I genuinely believe that was YouTube, not them.
I mean, but you have dude, Street Fighter 6 is also huge. It just it sucks that
Also, this was cringe. This was cringe.
it also just looks shittily optimized.
The trailer, you mean?
Well, I mean, no, the gameplay of the first three, it doesn't.
Oh yeah, no.
It's running super.
No, I wasn't talking about that being cringe. It is cringe that those Hitman games look, it can work, and it clearly barely is. This is cringe. This is a 4-year-old teaser. They could have announced a title. They could have shown 5 seconds of gameplay.
You literally just showed a render of James Bond and a title, and people would have lost their minds.
They could have shown a render of James Bond. Here's the new design for James Bond, our new James Bond. They could have shown a title. They could have shown 5 seconds of gameplay and still called it Project 007. They could have done anything. That was cringe. That was cringe and embarrassing. Anyway, that sucked. That sucked. Dragon Quest 12 is getting the Dragon Quest 3 HD. We heard about that, and it's for a few years. Johnny, you're going to have to clarify what you mean there. They really didn't show off a lot of games, huh? No, they did not. No, they did not. Metroid Prime 4 did become a real video game last week. That is correct. It's pretty hot off the presses information that it is a real video game. Did y'all see the Street Fighter 6 motion controls? I did not. That'll be funny. Should have a whole different bracket at EVO for motion controls for Nintendo Switch. FromSoft game confirmed to be multiplayer focused, like the Elden Ring thing. Okay. Apparently, I guess Ninja Bunny's looking at press releases. That's bad.
That's really bad.
That's really bad. Josh was saying, you know, I don't get a fully exclusive single-player FromSoft game. I have a much larger concern, which is Nintendo's netcode is bad. It will continue to be bad.
And if it's even remotely bad, that completely makes a Souls-like unplayable.
The Souls-like will not function if the internet is bad. You will be walking around, and then you will get hit by an enemy who wasn't there. That will be bad if they have not fixed...
Watch there be no couch co-op for it, too.
Joshua says there will be no couch co-op. You are correct. Why would there be? There will not be couch co-op designed into that. That will be bad. Now that I know it is... I was worried that it would be multiplayer focus. That's why I thought it might be like a Night Rain expansion. They were showing there was a whole separate, like, zone. They did. They did. They did. But I just assumed it was summoning. Street Fighter 6 mouse controls bracket. They announced Dragon Quest 3 HD, and we went years without any update. Dragon Quest 12 is getting the same treatment. Okay, now I understand. You're correct. I suspect we're going to find out that... I don't know. It's possible. It's possible we are dealing with a new Square Enix who is getting better about showing stuff when it's time for it to come out. Instead of giving us one piddly Kingdom Hearts trailer a year for 6 years with Kingdom Hearts 3, they've just decided to wait. They did a teaser 2-3 years ago now, and I don't think we're going to see that game again until it's 6 months out from release. And I think that's probably best. I think that they have lost a lot of clout, and they need to concentrate their marketing campaigns instead of spreading them out and people losing interest. We didn't really see a lot of Rebirth until it was very close to coming out. I think with 16, they wanted to not show us much of it until it came out, and then it got delayed by a year. Oops. So it's possible that Dragon Quest 12, we're not seeing it because Enix is trying something very different, trying something new, action game. They're having trouble, and that game's been massively delayed internally. It is also possible that it's right on track, but as part of a general change in how they're marketing at Square, maybe Enix feels even more strongly about it because they're watching what's going on in the other wing of the company, and they've got different leadership. It's also possible that they just don't want us to see a damn thing from that game until it's 6 months out. Because they don't need it. They don't need the marketing ramp in Japan. They could shadow drop a Dragon Quest and it would be the best-selling game of the year in Japan, unless a Monster Hunter came out. To sell internationally, yeah, they need a little bit more of an onboarding ramp. But 6 months is probably all they need. So maybe they're just being abstemious. Maybe they're just being careful. They're saving their money on marketing, and they're not diluting their message. But I wouldn't be stunned if we find out that that game has had massive problems, because, yeah, it's officially been a suspicious amount of time on Dragon Quest 12. It's officially been a suspicious amount of time. Silvercore says, do you think there will be anything interesting to justify the tech demo game being paid? No. No. The most important thing to note about this tech demo game is that it is not I guess it's a tech demo with the mouse. Basically, we have a new high bar to clear. We have a new high bar to clear with all of these. And it's called Astro's Playroom. If you have not cleared Astro's Playroom, you do not get to ask for money. The rules have changed. It's the way that Concord doesn't get to ask for money. Now, I don't know if that's fair, because, like, you know, I think that the free-to-play model is really dangerous for a lot of games. And, you know, Helldivers got to ask for money. Helldivers 2 asked for money. But something specifically about the team-based hero shooter, now that, you know, Overwatch is free-to-play, Valorant's free-to-play, the Finals isn't really a hero shooter, but it's free-to-play. I think there's a free-to-play component for Rainbow Six, or maybe just like the upcoming, like the sequel they announced recently has a free-to-play component. So in that ecosystem, it's very hard.
You mentioned TF2 as well.
TF2. In that ecosystem, it's very hard to launch a hero shooter and ask for money. You have to have a huge value proposition that you're making, because there's now an expectation of what those games do and don't look like, what that segment of the market looks like. The genre of pack-in tech demo games is not that big of pack-in games. Now, there are games that are sold up front that are kind of tech demos. Like, I would say Nintendo Land was a sold tech demo, but it was in most bundles of the Wii U. Not every Wii U had a copy, but it was hard to find a Wii U that didn't have a copy of Nintendo Land. The Wii Sports wasn't a pack-in game in Japan, but it was a pack-in game in the US. So I feel like that was originally the high watermark of this is what a pack-in, show off the new hardware game can be. And there wasn't really another one for a while. There was a little Astro tech demo with the PS4, but it was really just a raw tech demo. It wasn't much of a game. People don't think about that game very often. And people assume it was like, oh, there's another Astro thing on the PS5, whatever, because people, like, the one that was on PS4 was nothing. Astro's Playroom on PS4 is a phenomenal platformer. Fantastic game. Much bigger than you would expect. Way more in-depth than you would expect. Absolutely a new high watermark for a pack-in, show off what the system can do game. Absurdly high watermark. And it was free. And again, for people who haven't played it, just to give a point of reference, the Astrobot game that won Game of the Year last year is basically just a longer version of that pack-in game. The level of, yeah, obviously the bigger game is better, but not because of like a complete redesign. It is a linear progression. See you later. It is just what was already there with more levels and some additional mechanics. The bones were all there with Astro's Playroom as the initial pack-in game for PS4, and it was free. And the bones of that became a Game of the Year game. That is an unfair watermark. That is an unfair standard, but it is now the standard. This is most of this is explaining components. Where are the magnets? This is made of steel. The magnets on the button attract these. Console forms a strong magnetic current. This is like this. Even the framing of this, the illustrations of the characters, the boxes, they remind me of the things in the back of a seat on an airplane. They remind me of the little pamphlet in the back of a seat on an airplane telling you where the exits are. As a little kid on an airplane, I guess nowadays kids have iPads. As a kid in the old days getting on an airplane, I'm reading the little pamphlets about where the exits are, where the life vests are, where the bathrooms are, you know, where to find a puke bag, what to do in case of an emergency, so on and so forth. Because kids are fascinated by how things work. And plenty of adults are too, though adults often lose their connection with this. They lose their wanderlust for learning how the world works and appreciating new things. But kids love learning new things. They are information sponges. They are desperate to learn about anything. Because I think a lot of kids have an intuitive sense early on. Hey, wait a second. The world's been around a little bit longer than me, and I'm kind of clueless, and I need to catch up. Some kids lose their enthusiasm for that as their brain begins to function a little bit better, and they get a little bit older. But early on, kids love learning, and school beats it out of them. So if you're a kid and you just bought your new Nintendo Switch, a lot of this stuff, these things here, could be really fascinating to understand what's going on the inside. And this would be a wonderful little pack-in free game to learn how your system works. But, okay, there's a mini game to show that the mouse can rotate. You can play golf. This doesn't look as fun as the golf in Wii Sports did. And this is, this will not impress a single child who has played Fortnite. And nowadays, they have in fact all played Fortnite. Way too much we're just getting crazy amounts of Stormblood. And now the next 30 tracks in here. Now the next several tracks in the shuffle are not Stormblood. Weird. Maraca physics demo. Experience subtle vibrations. This is like too clean. This needs to be a little kitschier. We need, like, Mario needs to be in the corner saying, "Hello, I will teach you how the Joy-Cons work. Woohoo, here we go." This is too clean. I don't know, that's like I said, it reminds me of the little pamphlets on an airplane, which I guess kids like too. They like feeling that they're being respected. They like feeling like their intelligence is being respected even when it isn't. Shake the beads 20 times. Gently roll the beads. Ninja Bunny, you just need to play Persona 3 Reload and you'll get over this. It's a good soundtrack. It's good. They're good arrangements. Just play the game. Play the game for 100 hours and you'll get over it. What is this? Echo demo. HD, not just a mouse. This lets you feel different kinds of rumble as you move the cursor around. HD Rumble 2 is in your hands. Experience a voice effect. Switch to a different effect. Echo your voice for 5 seconds. Experience your voice changing. You can turn your voice into a monkey or a robot. Aren't all these kids posting on TikTok? Don't all these kids post on TikTok? Don't they all have voice and video filters on TikTok all day? I mean, I could do this shit, like, you know, on my laptop in the year, like, 2000. Mac has had photo booth and let you do stuff like this for 25 years. Or I actually don't know when photo booth was implemented because I haven't been using Mac for 25 years. Speaking of echoing voices. By the way, since we were bitching about Persona 3 soundtrack, this track is superior to the original, and my mind will not be changed. Some of them are just like, I think they're both good. This one's superior. I will hear no argument. Joey just sent me a text that's concerning. Ninja Bunny, you've been looking at press releases, I assume. Do you have verification on this? Is it true that those wretches at Nintendo have the audacity to charge $80 for digital and $90 for physical? Did this happen? Did this happen? Official website confirms? I don't have the feeling of being alive right now. Where's the price point? It just sent me to this page. Okay, the website doesn't. It just said. It just gave me a link that said the price point was here, but it doesn't seem to be. Oh, actually, hold on. Where I opened it over here, we got feedback. Gang, Nintendo wants our feedback. No. Stop that. What the f... Okay, interesting. That was bizarre. Gang, Nintendo wants our feedback. Oh. I clicked give feedback. Well, I guess we're not giving feedback then. I was so ready to give them feedback. And they didn't want it. They asked for it, then they changed their minds. Classic Nintendo. Is that Sarasa Land? That's a Birdo statue. I was hopeful we might go back to Sarasa Land. Go back to Daisy's domain. Well, Insider Gaming has it that $80 for digital, $90 for physical. Donkey Kong Country Bonanza is being priced at $70, supposedly. Hold on. Is this 90 euros, not $90? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, I'm seeing 80 euros and 90 euros. That's a different matter entirely. That's a different thing. Yeah, these are okay. There are price listings on the Europe on. Yeah, there are price listings on one of the European websites. Okay, they keep saying that the website shows. I keep getting linked to the same web page on the English language website. Everybody says it has a price point, and I see no price point. So I think there was one, and it got removed. Oh, nope, found it. This time I found it. Okay, hold on. It wasn't at the bottom of the page. It was randomly buried. There we go. With 3 different asterisks, ladies and gentlemen. 3 of them. 3 asterisks. $80 game. I am seeing that Bonanza, Donkey Kong Bonanza, is priced differently from Mario Kart World. But that is an $80 game. Now, what are the asterisks for? Additional accessories may be required for multiplayer mode. They may be, but we don't know for sure. Additional game systems accessories may be required for multiplayer mode. Internet, Nintendo Switch Online membership, and Nintendo account. Actual price may vary. Jeff Keighley is tweeting that Mario Kart will be $80. Website says it'll be $80. Just couldn't find it before. To play Mario Kart World is a $530 game before tax. Plus what? Where's the price point on this? $20 a year. $550 to play Mario Kart World Online. $550. Now, to be fair, you do unlock a vast array of excellent NES, SNES, and Game Boy games for your buy-in. Of course, you could also spend $50 a year to get GameCube games. Bundle is $500. Yippee! Bundle's $500 for a digital version of the game. Don't get it physical. Remember, that's important. That's important to remember. Full game download. No cart. GTA 6 is going to cost $80 to $100. GTA 6 is going to retail for $80 to $100. For sure. 100%. GTA 6 will come with a return envelope for your bone marrow. Context sensitive. I don't know if you started typing that before I started talking about GTA 6 and we just went to the same place at the same time. Or if that was, either way, good joke. Yeah. Yeah. On one hand, this could be good if it helps de-standardize prices. And I know some people say that's a bad thing. What are you talking about? But for a long time, there's been this distinction of like $60 game is a real game. Anything below that isn't real. And so you have games like with weird price points. Should this be $15? Should this be $30, $40, $60? If Nintendo's like Donkey Kong, $60 to $70. Mario Kart World, $80, please. If we can start realistically pricing games based on like this is what they cost to make, and this is how we think they're going to sell, and this is what we need to sell them at. And we get a little more used to, a game can be $50 if that's what it should be. That could be a good thing. Because I don't think everything's going to cost $70. Everything already doesn't cost $70. I think when I bought Sonic X Shadow Generations, it was like $50, you know? So everything already doesn't cost $60 or $70. Camera's $50? Okay, well, could be worse. Could be way worse. Like how games were priced in the 80s and 90s, yeah. I'm probably being too optimistic. But it could happen. I do have to go now. Thanks for joining us for this wild ride. See you next time.